Get that for me.
I still want to do Wales. So have Sarah and I. That was the best trip we ever did.
Snowdonia.
I actually thought this is what we were doing.
We could do that. We could do Wales.
Well, we can't just call
But
it
no, let's
audible.
just do Ecuador.
Why not? We haven't even started yet.
This was the plan.
No, Ecuador's fine.
What was the plan?
Because we had a lot of funny stuff all together in Ecuador.
Yeah, we could do Wales if you want.
No, let's do Ecuador. But we'll come back. Can't we come back again?
Yeah,
sometime?
for sure. That's the fun. That's one of the fun things about this podcast.
We could do Wales and Wales.
Wales and Ecuador, you mean?
Wales and Wales.
If we go over while you guys are over
Oh,
there.
Wales in Wales.
Yeah.
Wales in Wales. Yep. Let's do Wales in Wales. Let's take a little jaunt.
A jaunt.
That's a great idea.
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's You Be Trippin, yeah.
Welcome to You Be Trippin, everybody. It's a travel podcast. Every week, it's a different guests. Today, 2 guests.
Ooh.
That took one trip.
But we're kind of one, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You have a union.
We have a union under the Lord.
Yeah.
No, Lord. We did not involve the Lord. You were there. Bobby Kelly married us, for God's sakes.
Bobby Kelly married you was always a mistake.
Yeah, I fucked up. That was my bad. Now I don't even like him.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
I know.
Sarah Tollemache.
Right?
Hilarious comic from New York City by way of Houston.
And Africa.
And Africa.
Right. I'm a refugee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you worried about Trump? This is like my favorite was when Stop Asian Hate happened and the Indians were like, yeah, it's tough for me. Like, shut up.
Right.
You can't join in on this one.
You're like, I too.
I too am technically Asian.
Right.
I am an immigrant. And Joe List,
Hi.
stand-up comic, new special out right now.
Well, it's not new by the time this comes out.
I know, because you didn't tell me.
Well, I forgot. I didn't want to bother you.
Called Joe List, Sitting on Faces. What?
Small ball.
Small ball.
You know what it
Also
is?
known as.
You're very judgmental. If I tell you what I'm doing, you go, oh, that's stupid.
What the heck?
So I just don't tell you.
I've never ever said a special is stupid.
You go, why are you doing it like that?
Yeah, that's true. With that fucking chinless, why not go add a chin feature?
I'm thinking about it.
Joe, a Trippy Award, a returning Trippy Award. What do you want a Trippy Award?
Did I?
2024 Trippy Award.
I did?
Yeah, worst sexual adventure.
What?
Worst sex, not getting laid on the Inca Trail.
I know. I fucked up so bad. I'm such an idiot.
Well, he went with his ex.
I just reconnected with her, by the way. And I brought it up. I'm like, God, I should have made a move. And she's like, no, you shouldn't have. And I was like, all right. But we slept in a fucking, I didn't really bring it up, by the way. We slept in a 2-person romance tent, and I just sat there like an asshole. What's that?
It's a Trippy Award.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You're serious?
We don't have room. We don't
Sarah's
have
mad.
room.
I'm like getting what? This is my wife in a nutshell.
haven't
I'm getting
seen
an
it.
award. I'm touched.
Yeah, but our place looks getting
You don't have room.
hoardery.
Oh.
Touched.
It's getting hoardery.
It's not hoardery. This is beautiful. Are you kidding me?
We can
This is
put that.
real?
We can put that on the shelf by your hockey
Did people
players.
vote for this?
No, I did. We had nominations. Worst sex, worst sexual adventure.
Yeah.
Not getting laid in the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu. Oh, this is great. I got to reach out to her.
Do you want to thank anybody?
That's weird.
This
It's
is
written on the other
I
side.
mean, I want
in
to
reverse.
thank my parents for giving me no self-esteem to make a move with my ex-girlfriend 4,000 miles away while we slept in a romance tent. We had like the mosquito net, not the mosquito net, but like a romantic net. You know the whole story. I told it.
Mosquito.
And I
That's
just
on this
sat there.
podcast.
I just sat there and I was like, oh, good night.
It's a diarrhea. Really took a lot out of you.
I should have, at the very least,
Lube.
I mean, we're there. We're in a tent. Where's she going to go? Call the cops? We're in Peru.
Where's she gonna go? This shit's legal in Peru.
Yeah.
Did I just get us demonetized? I'm only kidding. This is really meaningful to me. I appreciate
Really?
this. Yes.
Nice.
I like this.
Nice.
Well, I have an award for
beautiful.
my special this year's material. I won a big award.
A
Like
Webby.
it's like a web.
Was it a Webby?
Something like that. It wasn't a Webby. It was something. It was a TV award. Oh, come on. This is really nice. Thank you.
Can I say Ecuador? We're doing Ecuador. You guys were the only ones to come. I was there for 6 months. Everybody's like, let me know when you're at the beach. Let me know when you're in the mountains. Let me know when you're in the Amazon.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, we have so much time now because of COVID. No one came.
And the travel was relatively easy. No one on the plane. There was like 2 other people. It was an empty plane.
It wasn't even relatively. It was spectacularly easy. We took a private jet to fucking Peru. I mean, there was like 11 people on the plane.
I'm so surprised that the airline went ahead with that.
They should just be like, nah, we're not going.
Because it was pre-vaccine too.
Pre-vaccine.
Yep.
And we landed and everyone was in like hazmat suits, like outbreak. And
I thought
at
we
that
had
point,
to get vaccinated. Or
No.
how did we?
No.
We had to get something to show up.
A test, right?
A test.
we had to
It's
get
crazy
tested.
this wasn't this long ago, and it's tough to remember all these little
details of it.
intuitions of whatever,
But-
ideations.
We did not have to get tested because when I landed at that point, I still had not been tested. Because people were freaking me out about the test. They said it goes up in your nose.
It
So
gets to
I
your
went
brain.
the longest without getting a test because it freaked me out. And I remember landing and being very nervous that they were going to test us, and they didn't. We just walked right in.
That's how I went with the AIDS
Seriously?
test.
100%. We
Okay.
did nothing.
You just walked right in.
And you guys were late picking us up. That's how it started. We land in a third world country. We got 3 months to
Yeah.
plan. We're the only ones that came, and we're just sitting there like idiots without a piece of cake.
Yeah.
That's a line from Seinfeld. But like we're just sitting there, and I'm like, "Where are you?"
Oh, it was so frustrating. It was like, we gotta go, and then it's like, and then we went the wrong way on a thing. We're like, oh, this is like the scariest thing to land. It's not JFK.
No, I find airports. I had this in Costa Rica. Couldn't find the airport. Eventually, this lady on the road figured out that we were in distress and was like, "Follow me."
Guided you.
Yeah,
Thank God it was a lady.
I know.
What were you expecting going into Ecuador? Because you'd never. I mean,
I had
Peru, I
never
guess, must
gone.
be similar.
I didn't think. I went in open-minded, I guess. Meaning, like,
You went.
I wasn't nervous. I think a lot of people get nervous when they go to, especially foreign-speaking countries.
Well, the weird thing was it was COVID, and everyone at that it was very early, so it was still like if we get COVID in Ecuador, are we gonna die of fucking like whatever? And then James Patterson, our buddy who lives in Key West, hilarious comedian, he's like a world traveler.
I'm gonna get another bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah, for my own ash.
for your own.
Yeah, but keep talking about James. James rules.
Rules, great guy, and he's a world traveler and a drunkard adventurer. And he was like, before we left, like looked us in the eyes and was like, "Guys, seriously, be careful down there." And I was like, "Oh my God, is this crazy?" Because again, like if you're listening to the story, don't look at it as like 2025 COVID. We overreacted. We're idiots. This was like the heart of COVID.
Yeah, no one was traveling yet. I felt,
Yeah.
but there was a part of me that felt cavalier. Like, aren't we cool for
doing this?
I mean, it seems dangerous and reckless, but now looking back, you're like, it was totally fine. And after that and several other trips, I was like, it's the easiest time to travel.
Yeah, you had to look back. That's the thing. It's like, it was so easy.
Yeah.
Well, and
Open seats. You remember the open seats?
Yeah.
It was all open
All
seats.
down the middle. There was no middle seats because you'll be too close. And meanwhile, somebody's coughing on your neck.
Right.
Like, you can put still your feet over the thing.
But they always acted like you can't really get COVID in the air, even though there has been planes that the whole plane just gets diarrhea on a 5-hour trip.
Yeah.
That you're like, so how does that happen? But we can't get COVID up here?
And then you guys were already there, and it just felt like, okay, they're there. Somebody's there. I always feel that way with travel. I'm like, well, somebody
Someone's
went there.
there, yeah.
A white person went there.
That's how Bonnaroo was. Where they're like, could you imagine sleeping in the tents? And you're like, well, 80,000 people do. It's not like
Yeah.
no
Right.
one's doing it. It's not like 3 homeless guys are doing it.
Yeah. And yeah, and I've been everywhere. It's
When we went there, it was just like, I might not come back. We didn't know how bad it was going to get, COVID.
well, you're a not come back kind of guy.
No, but it was also like, remember they said like the flu and COVID together is going to be the super thing and it's going to just kill humanity.
Well, you know,
And it was like, oh.
was that after the BLM? Because there was a moment after BLM where I'm like, all right, if we're all hanging out in huge groups, then it's game on. I'm doing whatever
Thank God for
I
the
want
blacks
to
and their
do.
troubles. Really
Must have
helped us
been
out.
post.
They went in like canaries in a coal mine.
We had the funniest because we were staying at that point in the COVID. We were staying in Louis' fucking massive house, Louis C.K.'s massive house out in
You let you
Shelter.
stay there?
Shelter Island.
How's this feel? You okay?
It's fine.
Yeah, we were out in Shelter Island and staying there, and then all the riots and everything was happening. And then I remember we went back to like a barbecue, and people were like, "Were you at the march?" And we were like, "No, we sat it out. We were on Shelter Island, like rowing around in a mansion." I'm like, "No, we were kind of making fun
We were
of
those
you."
people at 9/11 that were looking from across the water.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
like, ooh.
no. In fact, we
going
didn't even
on?
cross our mind to go there.
We didn't think
I didn't
twice
want to
of
be
it.
in the way.
Yeah.
I
Didn't
didn't
think
want
once
to
of
be
it.
in the way.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're right. So I would like to apologize for not picking you guys up on time. And it was like 45 minutes out of the gate, too. It wasn't even like...
It was nerve-wracking. And it was dark. It was nighttime. We flew in at night. It was pitch black. We're in a country that I've never been to or know about, and everyone's
Yes.
wearing hazmat suits. And we're just the only whites.
I love a good whites.
I love whites, too. The best.
So then how did it feel? So then what did we do? I forgot.
We went to town,
To Quito.
to the old town,
Yes.
and we ate at a restaurant
On a roof.
on a roof. And it just,
yeah.
you know what it reminded me of? Have you ever watched that movie with Tilda Swinton where they're the last vampires, the last lovers left, and they're in Turkey or something? And there's no one around. It just felt
no.
like we were in a vampire town.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's him doing Beavis and Butthead suddenly.
can't stop
Twice in
doing
a day.
Butthead.
I don't know when that came back into here.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying that again for the first time. It's like, it's so demeaning.
That area of
okay.
town just felt like there were vampire. It was just a vampire town.
It was very
Didn't they get
gothic,
hit
too.
hard there or something
What
like
do you mean?
that with COVID?
It, from what I understand, before, like right away, they were so unequipped that they were piling up bodies on the streets, and there was a picture of kids walking to school past like dead bodies.
Right.
And then the whole country was like, let's do, I don't care if this part might not work, if this might not work, if this might, we're doing everything. We don't ever want to have that again.
Wow.
So there'll be like alternate side fucking parking, alternate side driving, masks in the cars. We were like seeing people with masks in their cars alone. And we're like, what? And they were like, we're doing everything.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to break in really quick to let you know about the guests. Sarah Tollemache and Joe List. Not only are they great friends that came to visit me in Ecuador, really the only ones that came to visit me in Ecuador, but they're also amazing comics. I'm not joking. They're like, make me laugh so fucking hard. And I'm sure they'll make you laugh too. They got specials out right now on YouTube, both of them, which is such a great time for stand-up comedy. I mean, my special Jew, obviously on there, but Sarah Tollemache got a great one, Butthole Money. It's on Sarah Tollemache Comedy on YouTube. Check it out. How long is that? 45 minutes? Not long. I know that's a lot of people like, I don't want to commit to a 90-minute fucking guy, blowing hot air for fucking 90 minutes. We could just do a tight 45. Who would do 90 minutes? We could just do a tight 45. What a loser. Not Sarah Tollemache. Tight 45. And then Joe List has a new one called Small Ball, also available at Joe List on YouTube. That is a tight, how long is that going to be? Let's see. Let's look it up. 56. Not bad. Yeah, they're both hilarious, you guys. Check them out on Instagram also. Sarah Tollemache is S on Instagram, STOLLEMACHE. And Joe List is Joe List Comedy. I am there at Ari Shaffir on Instagram. I've got one more tour date. I've got Charlestown, West Virginia on July 12th, arishafir.com. Subscribe wherever you're listening or watching, you guys. Subscribe to this podcast. Every week it's a new episode where we just go to a different place with a guest. This is one that I was the guest on, as well as the guest. There's a couple joint trips. Me and Bobby Kelly to Cuba. Me, Sarah, and Joe List to Ecuador. There's another one coming about Guatemala. And then sometimes I'm just the guest, and almost always I'm not the guest at all. I'm just an interviewer. Yeah. I also have stickers available right now at the website, or if you're watching on YouTube, right below. Stickers and T-shirts. The You Be Trippin fucking sticker and T-shirt. There's 2 colors for the sticker. Boom, boom. And a third color, which is clear, which you can put in your passports. That's something I'll do in the outro. I'm going to put it in my passport. I got a new passport. Joe List is on the road also. Go check it out. Joe List, comedian Joe List online, or you can go to punchup.live/Joe-list/tickets. Just look it up. He's going to be in Portland, Maine, New Hampshire, and Portsmouth, Burlington, Vermont, Northampton, Massachusetts, Woodstock, New York, Morris Plains, New Jersey, Denver, Colorado, the famous Comedy Works. Go tickets right now. And that's it. Also, the Shroomfest shirts, the pre-sale is starting now. Lee and Gwyn, a.k.a. Abracadabra, made amazing, super fucking cool Shroomfest shirts. Shroomfest this year is September 6th, 7th, and 8th, I believe. Let me check that out. September 6th, 7th, and 8th. If you don't know what Mushroom Fest is, it's just an international holiday for mushrooms. To celebrate, it's kind of like Christmas. It doesn't have a place. It's not like Mardi Gras that has a place. It's like Christmas. The place is in your heart. So wherever you are, do mushrooms. And if you want to have a T-shirt to celebrate, we do a different one every year. All the proceeds go to Lee and Gwynn. He gives a lot of the money to MAPS, Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Study. Guys, can you put up this fucking Shroom Fest design right here? But the pre-sale's right there. We might have limited run for some colors. Limited. But if you get it during the pre-sale, they guarantee you, which is over, I don't know, probably early August, but definitely the next few weeks. They get it to you by Shroom Fest so you can wear it while you're on them. Or I would suggest not doing that so people don't stare at you. But actually, you can't really tell that it means you're on mushrooms. It's a cool design. Show the design again. Cover the whole screen. Let me hear you talking while I'm covering this whole screen. That's a cool design. The You Be Trippin stamps, the stickers, and the T-shirts are cool, but also that. All right, let's get back to the episode. I think I've said everything. Stay tuned for the outro. I'm going to cover everything in here and a little bit more about that trip. Thank you very much. Back to the episode with Joe List, Sarah Tollemache, all about Ecuador, mostly Mindo.
Yeah, no, it was very hazmat-y suit. But I also, my memory is we went to whatever the hotel was thing, or
in Old Town.
It was
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was
a
really cute.
Was it a hostel or it was a hotel?
No,
We couldn't put toilet paper
down.
the toilet and put it in Ziploc bags. And Joe and I were so grateful we weren't newly dating.
Oh,
put them
yeah.
in Ziploc bags.
Yeah. You just take a big shit, and then you got to fill up a bag with turds. And you're like, well, anyways, I'm an Aries. But I also remember getting fucked up because the room was spinning because there was altitude there. I had a little altitude sickness.
It was a little, vertigo.
Yeah.
situation.
I was like fucking freaking out. Not freaking out, but it felt like real vertigo-y
It was funky.
shit.
Wait, which hotel was this? Was this where we had the monster keep trying to trail us?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the
You and
okay,
I
it
went
wasn't
to
the-
let the dog piss, and then I got a bunch of shit for it because I came back on Tuesdays with stories and talked about it, and people were like, "Typical white privileged asshole," and I'm like,
No,
"No, there was
totally
a
different.
fucking serial
The
killer."
employees are like, wait till he clears.
He was menacing.
He was so menacing. Some of it obviously is like, oh, it's in a foreign country. We're a little scared more than we should. But some of
Right.
it is like, no, but not this neighborhood.
We had another moment too.
Yes. I thought we were all going to get robbed.
Yes, we had another moment where a guy rode up a bike, and I felt very proud of
Same
myself.
neighborhood,
Clever.
Old Town Quito.
Yes. The
Old
next
Town
day,
was funky.
I was very cleverly, I was happy. I put my hand in my pocket and I slid my debit card out of my wallet because the guy rode his bike. He did a
Right.
circle around us and then stopped in front of us. And I was like pulling my credit card out. I was like, all right, I'll give him my
But he
license.
didn't really say anything, did he?
No.
I think in the end, he was like, saw his friend right past us. And he was like, yo, Tommy.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, that was a close one. We
Oh my
averted
God,
disaster.
It was scary, but he definitely did like a little loop around us and then like stopped us in our path.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
But I kind of flexed. I think that might have had something.
It definitely had something
Oh,
to do with
yeah.
it.
Must have, yeah.
That's me getting a tattoo in Ecuador.
Oh, yeah.
How's that one? Oh, yeah, I forgot. You got that before we showed up.
No, you got it after.
Was it
I believe.
after?
Yeah, you got it towards the end of the trip.
I had just done ayahuasca, and
Yes.
so it was very convenient to have sober friends come in an 8-day period where I was not allowed to drink.
Yes. I remember you had just done ayahuasca because my eyes hurt from rolling them at the story. They separated you and your friend.
We
They're like,
wouldn't-
you can't
we
be
wouldn't
together.
do
I'm
it.
like, this sounds retarded. But this is where we pass in our whatever you call it.
Yeah, I mean, we had just
Philosophy.
done it. We had just
Philosophy.
done it.
Yes, and you told the story, and you have to talk to a guy with a bone through his nose, and he dances and paints your face.
But I suspect there's a lot of grifting in the ayahuasca business.
That's my
Gotta be.
feeling.
right.
Gotta
Where
be.
there's I picture some light fingers in me
Yeah, there is that. There is that. Also, this is India.
to guide me into the spiritual world.
Yeah. Just some light finger. Listen, mostly clit work. Mostly clit work. There's some penny, but
To relax.
mostly clit work.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to our trip.
Sorry. Okay, but anyways, the hotel was with the dog, and you were like,
daytime was lovely. Can I say daytime was
Yes,
lovely?
of
in
course.
downtown Quito?
Lovely, but it felt like when sun was about to head down, everybody started boarding up and like running home. That's why it felt like vampires were about to come out.
yes, it was dark, and literally one person, and I want to say this because everyone thinks of me as this pussy, and I have Austin. I
also think that,
run.
yep.
I run away from homeless people, and I'm people also think I'm 5'6" for some reason. But you think that we're friends.
Has multiple sex with men.
And then
over the
they
years.
think you're this tough, crazy guy. You decided your dog wouldn't piss for 12 hours because it was that terrifying.
It was
You were
really
like, you
bad.
picked up the dog, and you're like, he can piss in my mouth.
When we saw this guy coming at us hard, and then we're like, oh, let's go back in. And then we're like, okay, there's no one else in the street, so he's going away.
Yes.
And so we waited 15 minutes.
Yeah.
A while.
Where were you guys going?
To let
Just to
Bandit
walk
piss.
the dog.
Oh, to walk the
Just
dog.
to walk Bandit. And then it was like, okay, he's gone. And then we got outside, and the guy just comes around the corner.
He
Like,
popped
"You're back."
out.
And he just like comes at us
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fast.
It was like a video game.
Bandit,
Yes.
go. Bandit, piss. Fuck. He's
No, it was fucking horrifying. And then there was like also another guy like sitting there. It was like two men. It was fucking horrible.
Downtown Quito and Old Town and all of Guayaquil are the scary parts of Ecuador.
Yeah.
Everywhere else is really nice. And
Yeah,
like,
everywhere
chill.
else felt. I wouldn't say American, but it just felt like a regular. Nothing
South
unusual.
American, which
Nothing
they
unusual.
look at as America. I remember when I went on I think we talked about this. When I went on my Peru trip, our guide, Kike, was like, no, I'm American.
Yeah, you
South
forget.
America. And you're like this.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah,
Sure.
you're the
Loud and clear.
co-actor.
But it is South America.
It is South America, but
Yeah.
America. But it's like, you know what I'm talking about?
Of course. Why'd you
Right.
knock on that? Is the sound not working? Are we not getting this? Because I'm
No,
on
we're getting
fire.
it. I just want to be sure. But yeah,
I don't know why you don't have a person. You do very well.
because it's like
It's an
last
extra
minute
schedule.
ones.
All right.
Yeah, it's another.
This was
person.
last minute,
Yeah,
but
well,
that's the
because
only
of
way
me.
we can schedule stuff.
Very last minute. We have a child in the car.
We cracked one of the windows.
He's driving around.
I think. Okay, so we made it through the first night. That was the first night you guys were there.
Yeah, we went
Yeah,
to
that
eat.
was
Did we
first
fuck
night.
around first, or we just went straight to the hotel?
We went to the
Eat.
hotel,
We
and then we
ate.
went out and ate.
Yeah.
But we didn't like tour because you got in at night.
yes.
Okay.
And,
And
then
then-
we went to bed.
I don't
I don't even remember what I ate.
I don't remember what we ate either.
I think it was some soup with corn in it and a hominy.
right.
It wasn't. In
That was my
Sabayano.
dumps. Was some soup with corn in it. Well, we'll get to that.
That was. I forget. It's like a potato-y cheese soup. I
Yeah.
forgot what it's called. Fuck. Not pollo de seco. No,
I
don't
think
know.
I had spaghetti or a cheeseburger. I assume.
Yeah,
I mean, that
probably
makes
a
sense.
burger.
That was nice though. The rooftop.
That was wonderful.
I never really explored downtown Quito without you guys.
No,
yeah.
it was great.
And then we ate it at another day. The next day, I think we went to another restaurant.
In the square.
yes.
Yeah.
oh,
Or
yeah,
nighttime,
yeah.
where we played cards.
Wasn't that?
That
That
one-
was in the
That
on
was
the
post illness.
the book end of the trip.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you look horrible there. What? Oh fuck! I was gonna say something. Wasn't there? Didn't we just miss a thing where you spray people? People run up and spray you with shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so glad I missed that.
That wasn't in Quito. That was in something with a G. But yeah,
Quito?
they have all these like neighborhood or like county festivals. I think it's all like from Christianity and their own fucking basic.
Subculture.
Yeah, and so they just like combine it. And one of them was like spray people and especially gringos.
Because you were telling me about it, and I almost canceled the trip. You're like, yeah, people run up and they throw paint in your face.
It
And
was
I
a
like,
paint
what?
day though. It was
I
like,
was like, this is horrible.
it was like everything I could do to be like, hey, let's minor what we say to Joe because he's on the fence the whole time.
I
Yeah.
was gonna come. I was always gonna come. It's just I didn't want a fucking 13-year-old Cuban boy throwing fucking wet paint in my face.
Were you worried at all?
No, I don't think I was, but I don't really think I heard any details about what's a possibility.
Yeah.
We also, we did not know.
I go in
anything.
blind.
We totally just put all of our stuff, and you guys taking us.
I mean,
around.
yeah, we were there. So it's like, I'm sure if we were dead.
Yeah, I didn't know the
Don't
name
come.
of the towns we were going, where we were staying, anything. We literally just were like, we're flying here, and then
Right.
that was it.
That ruled.
Yeah.
So we fucked around downtown Quito, Old Town.
Yeah, we did. Went to a church.
This one.
Yes.
Big church.
Walked a
oh,
plank.
and there was a big, tall fucking thing. We were up in the rafter.
We were up
Yeah.
in that rafter
It was
there.
slightly unsettling. It was like a really old, small plank. I think we have those photos too. We had to climb a ladder and get on a plank.
Your friend stuck around, or he went to it.
Is that right? Oh, there it
Boom.
is.
Yeah, because
look at that.
your friend's not in the photos.
No.
Right. Yeah. That was kind of. It was definitely fucking. It was very
Oh yeah,
planky.
that's
I was
right.
like, it wasn't like.
It was
oh,
like
this
been
is
there.
fun.
You
It was
guys
a-
go.
It was
yeah,
a little bit
that's
like
dingy
Jesus.
as shit.
No, it was rickety.
And this is that tower,
yes.
Yeah.
and we're in it. Up wow.
We were way up in there. No, it was fucking spectacular.
It was very cool.
Churches are the coolest thing. Aside from all the child R word,
Look at that.
that is fucking awesome.
That's you with the Phillies
That's
hat.
me. It's not a Phillies hat, you jackass. Why would I wear a Phillies hat? It's a
Right.
Maine hat. It's the state of Maine, which I wore in a film you might have heard of, on 4th of July.
Oops.
What's that? You have not heard of it? Okay, that makes sense.
Born on the 4th of July
Yes.
with Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
Joe's
was
in
me.
that as a baby.
Tomas
Yeah.
Caminar.
I wasn't a baby. I was 7. I was a little 7-year-old veteran. I came back.
God, that church ruled. I forgot about it. And they're their lookout too somewhere, right?
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
That's
Look at
it.
that.
Yeah.
That's all of Quito.
That is fucking dynamite.
There's always a cross on a hill.
You got to have the cross.
the
You
on
can
cross.
top.
always
Do you wanna
count
die
on
on
a
this
cross
hill?
on a
Yeah.
hill in South America.
Look, it's
That's
pretty
awesome.
dingy.
Jam packed.
Yeah, no, it's a little
They like
bit.
to jam pack it.
It's a bit gnarly.
Can I say the phones we have these days are nuts? The fact that I can do this and you can zoom in on it and still really see it.
If you did this on an actual photo with a Kodak,
Zoom.
it would just be
Enhance.
look like a painting at this
Enhance
point.
section
Yeah.
7G.
No, this is actually fun because I kind of don't remember a lot of this. I mostly remember Mindo.
Mindo. Oh yeah. Well, that's where.
Oh, there we are across the
hold
equator.
on,
The equator.
Oh,
hold
the mask
on.
outdoor with the mask on. No one's gonna be upset about this.
They're gonna be so mad.
I can't picture the YouTube comments being bad. Hey, that's a good dance.
Mitad del mundo, center of the world.
Look at that. And then we had to balance a thing. You got to balance a fucking.
The
With
egg.
the egg. But then they told you can do that pretty much anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
You can balance and
Egg
you
on
can
a
get
nail?
an egg to balance anywhere.
Very
Wait, did
impressed
you
with
know this was
dance.
there, or did we tell you it was there?
What?
The equator thing.
Equator thing? I
Yeah.
mean, I knew the equator ran through Ecuador.
Yeah.
But
We knew that
no, yeah,
that
we-
was their selling point.
I think you were taking us there. Here, whatever.
Today's episode of You Be Trippin' is brought to you by Mud Water. Guys, you ever get the doldrums from coffee? I heard a thing with Alice Huberman that said coffee ended up making you... I didn't get it all. He's too smart for me. He went to Stanford. He's a professor at Stanford. I'm just like a... You know, I was on Dean's list at Maryland, but that's about it. He said something about coffee. It gives you the come downs where you get drowsy during the day and ways to avoid that. And I think one great way to avoid it is with Mud Water. Their OG blend is a mix of cacao, chai, turmeric, and adaptogenic mushrooms to help you feel focused without the crash. It's also great over ice. The best part about Mud Water is it provides sustained energy without the spikes and crash of traditional coffee. So if you're waiting for your friend to get out of diarrhea at a gas station in Guatemala and you're kind of bored and falling out, yeah, it's because you didn't get your Mud Water. Their matcha starter kit is a must-try. It's a perfect way to step into clean energy with matcha's calming focus boost. One sip, you'll feel like you're dancing barefoot in the grass. Ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, my listeners get an exclusive deal, up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use the code TRIPPIN. That's right, up to 43% off with code TRIPPIN at mudwtr.com. After you purchase, they'll ask how you found them. Please show your support and let them know that I sent you. Keep your energy natural and refreshing all year long with Mud Water, because life's too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy. Guys, I got a sponsor. It's Thrive Market for today's episode of You Be Trippin'. It's good. It's healthy snacks sent right to your door. Lower cost than going to definitely lower time than going to the supermarket and stuff. And I get it. I know a lot of these guys go, well, why should I believe you? Don't you say everything about everything? Well, what do you think I'm picking out my teeth? It's snacks from Thrive Market. Oh, you don't believe me? Explain this. Explain this that they sent me. Oh, there should be a lot left if I didn't eat it. None. Crumbs. Oh, you think that's the only one? What about this one? Yeah, that's two. Finish them both. This heirloom popcorn they sent. This stuff. It makes water sweeter. It's good, guys. It's legitimately good. If you got a sort of allergy or keto, Thrive Market would make it easier for you to shop around that. Also, they had good salsa with chips sent right to your door. Guys, it's great. Stock up this summer with Thrive. Stock up smart this summer with Thrive Market. Go to thrivemarket.com/trippin to get 30% off your first order. Plus a free $60 gift just for signing up. That's thrivemarket.com/trippin. thrivemarket.com/trippin. Trust me, I use it.
This
Can we
dance is
also
pretty
talk
good.
about, was it
Yep.
on the way there we saw a person completely wipe out on their moped?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
And we went to
Sprayed.
go kind of make sure they were okay, but at the same time in the back of my head, I'm like, this could be a scam.
Could be a scam. That's New York in you.
Could be a scam.
Bleeding out of their face.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, they really went for this one.
he sent it. Was it a boy or a girl?
It was on a roundabout.
Yes.
Yeah, on the way here. It's
Yeah.
right near Mitad del Mundo. Yeah, they went and then just sprayed stuff everywhere.
Their backpack flew open.
I wish we could airbrush the mask out. I'm going to get 48 emails. They required masks.
They
This is a
require it.
park.
They did require it.
Big require.
It's a big mask though too. You got that fucking.
Yeah, it was huge. Double. I may have done some double masking at one point.
Oh, at one point it was double mask. It went
Yeah,
from, it went
with
from
my-
mask
I
to
can't,
no
I can't.
mask. Oh,
Okay.
that's beautiful. Look at that.
I
Nice
can't.
cup of tea.
That. God damn! I miss this place.
I forgot about the Equator.
Yeah.
North and South, SN.
Isn't it crazy they just
Steve
balance that ball structure
Look
like
at
that?
That looks like the fucking trippy.
What?
That looks like the trippy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's trippy, folks.
That is trippy.
That's nice.
Close.
I'm the green tea guy.
Yeah, the green tea guy. Yeah.
So this was on the way
By the
to
way, tea
Mindo.
is going to come back.
What do you mean?
Tea in this story is going to reappear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tea is
yeah.
It's
crucial.
an Easter egg.
Yeah.
That's
little
the gun in
foreshadow.
the first play.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
first act.
yeah. Remember tea, everybody, wherever you go. Okay.
Particularly green tea.
Mitad del Mundo was cool. Being on both sides of the equator, doing shit like that.
Because we did that on the way to Lindo Valley.
Mindo.
Mindo. Is
Yeah.
it Mindo?
Mindo.
Mindo. There's an M, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did you just trust us to plan the thing?
Yeah.
Yes, literally. We had
Nice.
no
That's
information.
usually if I'm like, whatever they say, I'm doing it.
This is why Sarah's such a wonderful partner. I just go, this is all the things we're doing. And she's like this, all right. Except for anal.
can't-
She always shuts
Yeah,
the
I
door
always
there.
shut it down.
Let's
on
talk
there.
about that.
Let's dedicate 30 minutes to this.
I was worried about Joe's eating.
Well, I'm good in a foreign country.
Yeah.
This is my thing with diet. It's all comfort and ease. Like I've eaten whale and sushi and pussy and ass and cum.
Balls.
But whatever, reindeer, all the stuff. Like I went to Peru. I told that story too. Like I brought spaghetti to warm up, and then when we got there was like a Sherpa making food, and I was like, well, I can't just bust out a spaghetti.
I'm
So
good. I got my Chef
will
Boyardee.
eat. It's just at home. I'm like, let me just hit reorder and get a chicken parm.
Yeah.
If you give me food that and I have no
You
other
have no
options,
choice.
I'll
You
eat
will-
it. Yeah.
But
Be
people get a
okay.
reputation because you did something 3 times out of 10 million times, and people are like, well, that's your thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, it is
Right.
my thing. I
But
like spaghetti.
Most places offer a hamburger.
You got that straight.
Hamburguesa.
Yeah, hamburguesa.
Hamburguesa.
Which we
Con
ate.
queso or sin queso?
We ate in a little square in Mindo. Remember we ate at like a little food place, and I ended up getting like a cheeseburger. It was delicious.
Yeah.
And there was a dog. We had a dog incident.
Yeah, I was really taken by one dog, and then he kind of turned. Meaning,
Yes.
and then you realize, like, oh, the dogs are grifters too.
They're like men.
They're cupboard lovers. They only love you because you got food. It wasn't like we had a deep connection.
There's Sarah
Nice
trying to
math,
balance the egg.
Sarah.
Yeah, right. They
Fucking
only
dork.
love you for a minute. This is her trying to balance an egg. This is one to watch for sure. Also, send me your pictures later. I'll try to put some of these in, but it's not
Oh yeah,
gonna
we have
remind
some
us.
good gondola,
Oh, the
sky gondola.
Nice.
Yeah, we got to we
So
we
you
have
got
so
to
many good
balance an
things to get
egg
to.
on a nail. They say you can do it right on the equator line because it doesn't pull one way or the other.
Yeah, I didn't even try. That's the kind of
Yes,
thing that
you
I'm
did
like,
too.
Did I?
Yes.
Did we get it? I don't even remember. I think there would
Oh,
be
did-
some cheering.
Yeah, I think there'd be some cheering if somebody got it, right?
I definitely
can't
didn't
imagine
do it.
that there'd be no cheering if somebody got it. It must be some. Oh,
Nice.
You did it. Oh yeah, you got to do that.
yeah.
You got to hump
That's,
it.
Look at that thing.
Look at that egg.
I don't think I definitely wasn't successful.
Oh, I thought you were going in on,
on my
your
dick.
Yeah.
That's
Look.
2 eggs. Huevos. Yeah, we went and got eggs, and then they go, we have eggs. So if it falls, it goes in that little rock thing. It doesn't break.
Right.
Wow.
Well, nice job. I don't really remember doing that.
Yeah,
It's the
I
kind of thing that
don't
just
think you
frustrates me, and I'm like, this is gay. Let's get out of here. Somewhere we have a slow motion of you and I jumping sides.
Yes.
Oh, nice boomerang.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
yeah, that's right.
You put the boomer in boomerang. There we
There we
are.
are. Well, hold on. I'll get back to it. Okay. So we finished this.
Yes.
Finish this.
Got some coffee on both sides of the equator. Send me that video of you guys jumping over the slow motion, same time crossing equators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I remember people being impressed with my ups, actually.
I was.
What are your
Thank
ups?
you.
His hops.
High kicks?
That's a black basketball term. Hops, ups,
You acting a fool.
handle.
I am.
Shit.
I'm stupid.
You need to be smacked, yo.
Stupid.
I'm stupid.
So okay,
No,
so we went
stupid
from
is
here.
good in the black community.
Yeah.
You stupid.
And then retarded is like extra cool.
That's the best, yeah.
Let's get retarded in here. So then we left Mitad del Mundo. We went straight to Mindo.
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 Yeah.
Stop. I'm trying to think.
We did eat it like I got seafood and I remember being like, should I get seafood in a place that's not near water?
Should you get seafood in a place that's not near
That's
water?
usually like my go-to rule of like anything that's landlocked
Yeah.
or like far away from fresh seafood, then I don't get it.
Okay, but here's what I figured out on this trip.
Usually. I will sometimes I'll.
In the playas, there is
But lime juice kills
salmon
everything.
and shrimp fisheries. So they're not even getting them from there. They're just right next to the water.
Okay.
So it's like you're always getting them grown.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless it's like organic or whatever. Hold on, I want to look at this fucking map. Boom and boom.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, what a mess.
That ADHD desktop.
That is triggering.
That's
Sarah's
a
triggered.
mental disorder.
Sarah wants 90 minutes in this house alone. But this
It
is
really
how
is
you
bad.
live your life, by the way.
The triple
I
up.
remember you
It's
came
chaos.
to Key West.
Yeah.
Oh, remember we saw this in Ecuador, too.
It
we
blew
showed up.
my mind.
We went to your
that
room.
you travel this way.
And Key West is like this, too. It's like you unzip your suitcase and dump it in the hotel. and it's a
spread
one
it
night
and
only.
spread it around with no order.
I saw you in Key West. You had been there for 10 minutes, and it looked like that. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
And then it takes 5 hours for you to leave, and you have to bring everything that you've purchased.
I think there's a word for this, and it's called Jew.
You had a plant. You had your wandering Jew. Didn't you have a wandering Jew with you? Isn't that the name of the plant?
There is a
The
plant
Wandering
called
Jew.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
brought one back. I actually don't know how to save it when I leave. It's from the jungle, and I really want to save it.
The
I'll
way you
take
save
care
it
of
is
it.
you make an emissions plant, and then you just have it work there. Schindler's List.
Oh,
That's how he saved the Jews.
What?
He made like a plant where you make stuff, and then he
yeah,
employed
like
them.
buttons.
Yeah.
Buttons.
I like that.
Buttons. Anyways, I
Oh,
thought that was good.
this is our from Quito to Mindo.
Okay, so this is the route.
Oh, the car ride was fucking crazy.
So this is the route. So we went up and over, went to middle of the world. That's so
world.
funny. Mitad del Mundo. And
like-
then drove over here. So this is supposed to be a 2-hour ride. I learned early on in Ecuador, these Google Maps have almost no relation to time.
Oh, is that right?
It was probably 6. Sometimes
remember
it's just like you're not making it in what you think.
Right.
I remember the ride being spectacular,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
A
that's
lot
all I
of
really
good
remember.
vegetation. Also, a lot of we're like,
Do we stop
not that
and
I
hike
think
at
it's
all?
third world Ecuador, but you're definitely like, huh, apartments are being built here, and there's car dealerships and regular
stations.
stores and gas stations.
We stopped at a
Easter
lot
egg?
of gas
Easter
stations.
egg?
I think what it is like if it's not to your little Anglo aesthetic, you assume that it's a dump, but you're like, it's actually not.
Your version of these places is like grass skirts, right?
Yeah.
Everyone grass skirts. And then you're like, what? Yeah, car dealerships is a good like
Right.
vibe of it. Like, why wouldn't they have that? You're like, I don't know.
I just assume that
Mayan.
They're brown.
they steal them from America and then
Yeah.
bring them over the border.
If I ever meet Trump, I'm going to say, hey, can you know, how people want to influence him. I'm just like, hey, listen, if you ever refer to Latin America and you're not into it, just say, if it's brown, flush it down.
That seems like something he would say.
It does,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
think I convinced him. I couldn't convince him of a lot.
He would preface it a lot. He'd be like, "I'm gonna get in trouble. They told me I shouldn't say this, but I like to be naughty. I saw it on a bumper sticker. If it's brown, flush it down. I didn't mean to say it."
So we went up just to see this. If we took that out, where would we have gone? Same fucking route. So we were going right by there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to go by it. I mean,
yeah,
you
the
have to
in-betweens-
go.
The in-between, you have to if you're there.
Right. It's weird to come all the way to the middle of the world,
It's just don't be an asshole.
the other hemisphere.
It's like if you're somewhere so close to something amazing, just don't be an asshole. Just go see the thing.
Well, this is my big thing, and I've talked about this a lot, and I saw Bert post about this recently, and I couldn't agree more, is that people give you shit. You're one of these people, by the way, that's like,
hate
fucking
me.
don't act like a tourist. You want to do the thing, but I'm like, but I am a tourist. And that, like, I want to see
Yeah.
the thing that everyone wants to see. Like, you go to Paris, you
I have
should
to
go to
check
the
it
Eiffel
out.
Tower.
I have to check it out.
People are like, I want to live like a local, and you're like, why? I'm not a local.
80 episodes of me saying do the thing as saying he's not right.
Right, but you've
Literally 80
also you
episodes of
know
this.
what I'm talking about. You do a whole thing of like, oh, you're gonna
Yeah, you hike your shirt up to here, get your fucking monograms or whatever, binoculars, and like, let's go out and see the city with your propeller hat.
I mean,
With
Je
his big
suis
map.
Paris. What?
With his big old
His
map.
Big map is undoing.
I go anywhere. I travel. I go I free fall, free form. I've been everywhere, dog.
Yeah.
Now we have a damn baby.
Oh, yeah.
But we're taking him everywhere.
Yeah, we're taking him.
Okay, so okay.
Here's
so
you
then we
doing
got
this.
to meet Mindo. And why did we go to Mindo? Just because it seemed cool, and we've been wanting to go there.
You'd wanted to go there.
It's a cloud forest.
I think yes. Didn't you just find an Airbnb that looked great?
Wasn't it though?
It was great.
Spectacular, the best house ever, and we got to give a shout out because this is the favorite. The landlord lady was like, "Please tell all your friends," and we're like, "There's 0 of our friends are coming to this place."
Right.
We were like on a horse farm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and she's like, "Tell some friends." I'm like, "I don't know who you think
Please.
is coming to this place."
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to lay in an ad. Guys, remind me, YMH, Neon, remind me, I got to do an ad for this lady's Airbnb. Today's episode of You Be Trippin is brought to you by the Mindo Eco Chalet in Mindo, Ecuador. Guys, if you're looking for a cloud forest to go visit, why not go visit the one in Ecuador, the one I went to? It's amazing. It's got all sorts of birds. In fact, it's been that's pretty loud. It's got won the bird watching championships like 7 years running. It's got a crazy variety of birds. In fact, right in the Mindo Eco Chalet is a hummingbird feeder where they just come one after another after another. You can set up an amazing slow motion video with a clamp if you want and get crazy videos that you can use to impress your friends. It's one of the best Airbnbs I've ever stayed at. The only one I've ever stayed at with a horse and a waterfall right there within walking distance and a creek that runs right through the property. But don't take my word for it. Listen to what popular chinless comedian Joe List has to say.
Hi, it's me, Joe List, and I'm here at a rental house in Booth Bay Harbor, Maine, my favorite place in all of the earth. And it's a wonderful house, but not nearly as nice as the house I stayed at in Mindo Valley, Ecuador. Of all the places I've had uncontrollable, unfathomable, unstoppable diarrhea, that is the best place I've ever been for it. In fact, next time I get uncontrollable, uncanny, don't know what that word means, diarrhea, I'm heading straight to Ecuador to stay in that house. And that horse, I think, would probably eat my diarrhea, as long as it hadn't escaped.
Well said, Joe. Another thing Dominique offers at the Eco Chalet is a tea kettle where you can heat up your water to beyond boiling so you won't have projectile diarrhea the way Joe List did. Yeah. Room enough for 8 people, 6 beds and 3 bedrooms and 1.5 bath. That half bath will be for the diarrhea for the people who won't use the tea kettle for some reason. It's an Eco Chalet because it's solar powered. The whole place is solar powered. It's pretty amazing. Legitimately, guys, one of the most tranquil places I've ever been. Smoking a cigar on the balcony, looking out at that giant yard with the hummingbirds right there. I mean, just thinking about it brings me back. And Dominique will also set up a bird watching tour for you if you want to see a toucan, which I did. And if you want to see some other birds, which we didn't. The Mindo Eco Chalet by Dominique. Click on the link and make yourself a reservation and go visit one of the most magical places I've ever been. Legitimately, it's amazing. Plus, no diarrhea for me. Thanks, Dominique. I appreciate it. And if you end up staying there, legitimately, just send us a picture or something. What a fabulous place. Put the link in. Put the link in for a reservation if you want. Oh,
way to get away. Plus, if you're a comedian and you get canceled for saying the wrong joke, that's the place to get away from it. Short walk into town, too. You're right there in Mindo. You're right there. You're like 10-minute walk away from Mindo with some of the best empanadas you could ever have. God, it makes me miss it. Legitimately makes me miss it just thinking about it. The Mindo Eco Chalet. Get there today. Hummingbirds, tranquility, anything you want. Plus, Bandit loves it. I'll see you on the other side. Now back to the episode.
Just a full on.
It was
a really
unbelievable.
great Airbnb.
It's the coolest Airbnb I've
Finding
ever been
it
to.
was something.
Was it an A-frame?
I think so.
We have a photo in front of it.
Yeah. It had a big
yeah.
wraparound porch, and then
Right.
you had to get spiders in your boots. You had to be careful with the boots.
It
Then
was
she
a
made us wear
cabin,
boots.
kind of.
Yeah.
Giant yard in the front.
I liked our
Huge.
room. Giant yard. And then a little creek. You could go swimming, crystal
And a horse.
water.
And a horse.
And a horse that we would get to.
Even finding it was like down dirt roadsy kind of
Yes.
stuff. Like it's off. The city itself of Mindo is nothing much.
And also, it's always fascinating when you're like, what is a German lady doing here?
Oh, she was
Yeah.
German.
Do you think she...
Fucking.
No,
I bet
maybe
she's probably
escaped.
Nazi? Yeah.
Oh,
I
why
bet
go to
she's-
Argentina? Everyone's going to Argentina. I want to do something
Right.
different.
Yeah.
I'll hide out here.
She was like 50.
She was really nice to you, Ari.
I'm really sorry for anything wrong here or otherwise.
She really did make amends. It
She really did.
was
You know
a little
what?
awkward at first.
We're even.
But, like,
I don't need my Jewish version of 40 acres on this. You got me.
You know what I didn't realize for like 20 years, a big Seinfeld nut? The soup Nazi, it ends with Newman going, he's taking all his soups, he's moving to Argentina. I never put it together.
Just now.
Yeah. Isn't that
Crazy.
funny?
You're such a huge Seinfeld fan, and you just
I
discovered
just
this.
never realized the joke. Because it's like in passing, and then when I was a kid, I didn't realize that
Yeah.
Nazis went to Argentina. It just
Yeah.
felt like a funny thing to say.
You ever see something that you realized as a kid and didn't understand it, and then you, as an adult you would have, but you never revisit in your head?
Yeah, I
I-
had that with the abortion scene in Dirty Dancing, where I
Everybody-
was like, who's this guy she met in an alley? And then it wasn't until I was older, I was like, oh, she had an abortion. I was like, why is there how come we're not talking about this guy with a knife?
And even though once you were an adult, you still can remember the scene, but then you're like, didn't do the math.
I didn't do the
Yeah.
math. I was just like, what a weird moment that was in Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Rogan and I were walking into Tempe Improv once, and he mentioned the Doobie Brothers. And
Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And he was like, yeah, it's about weed. I was like, oh, do they sing about weed? He was like, what? Like, did the Doobie Brothers sing? He goes, did the Doobie Brothers sing about weed? And I was like, oh, when I heard Doobie, I didn't know
I
what
thought they
that
were
was.
actual little doobie.
I thought it was
Their
Doobie
names was
Doobie Doo.
Doobies.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either because they suck. So I don't
I
listen
don't
to
know
them.
anything about them. Riders on the Storm? That's not them.
No, that's
Michael
theirs.
McDonald, right?
What's
Yeah.
their big one?
No, that's something else. I don't know. They suck.
Yeah.
They're great.
His song with
Whatever.
Grizzly
Whatever you
Bear
guys
is great.
think.
Well,
Okay.
well
Oh.
we're going to Yacht Rock.
You're
Oh,
going
yeah.
to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to get
I
you
do
guys
love
to go,
Yacht
but you're
Rock.
out of town.
Oh, damn.
It's a
okay.
good vibe.
So now Mindo
Mindo.
is Bandit.
That's when she
Look
made us
how
wear those
gorgeous
boots.
that is.
She made us wear boots that we didn't end up needing, and they were
Didn't,
too
and it
big and
created
loose.
The
The
lady
worst-
whose place it
Yeah,
was?
yeah.
It gave me the worst plantar fasciitis that I've ever had from walking in those shoes.
It was fucking horrible. She's like, you all need boots. You're going to need boots. And we had brought hiking boots. She's like, those won't do. Everything's
It
wet.
wasn't even rainy.
There was no
No.
arch support. I was just flat
It's just for
foot
trudging.
walking.
Yeah, it was just flat and slippery.
And we went on a hike. That was a hike.
It was like a 6-mile hike with rubber fucking boots on for no reason.
Wow. She did have, that's right. I still got that. There's that backpack.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Fucking
Look
not
at
that long ago.
her. We bought binoculars.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, we bought binoculars
To
that we
see,
never
to
used.
see the animals.
Wait, we have so much great stuff to get to.
Yeah,
We're going to
okay,
remember
okay,
the
okay.
bird thing, the gondola
Look
thing.
at us wearing masks in the middle of the air.
And
This
there,
gondola-
with 35,000 feet. but hold on. Can I just say this also?
Comedy Key West represent. Yeah.
They also, the mask, once you have it on, you've just adapted to having the mask. Like, it's just on your face.
You stop thinking about it.
Yes.
That is a defense. I was in Egypt and the guy was like, I got into a cab, put my seatbelt on. The guy was like, you don't have to wear seatbelts here. It's pretty much for gay people. And I was like, okay. And he goes, and I'm like, okay. And he goes, so take it off.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, really? Okay, this is more work to take it off. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, you did whatever. I mean, I am like embarrassed by this. I want to fix this. This was, by the way, the most terrified I've ever been in my life.
Absolutely. And then you get on the other side and it's just like a guy doing this, pedaling it out for you, and how many feet were we? It was
so high up.
drop.
It was like 450 feet. 'Cause I remember making the
It was
analogy of
insane.
home plate to like the outfield wall, but invert up.
It also started like, oh, it's not that bad, and then it got over a ridge, and the ridge just drops, and
Just
you're way
treetops.
higher.
Yes,
If you're
so-
above treetops, it's fucking crazy.
Yes, well, that's what I meant to say. It's 400 feet above the tree line.
Look at our band photo.
This
So,
rules.
No masks.
Just for a picture.
I'm gonna tell you,
That
I
rules.
had the worst traveler's diarrhea on this trip.
Not the worst.
on this hike
You didn't have the worst.
of my life. Of my
okay,
life.
because you didn't even have the worst of the group.
There were moments I was getting sweat, and I was like,
Really?
"Am I going to shit my pants?" But there were some bathrooms we found, the most crudest bathrooms ever.
Look
It
at
would've been
this.
funny if you shit your
That's the smile of somebody holding it in.
Yeah.
Right there. Someone like,
If you had shit your pants, you would have been the second woman to shit her pants in front of me in South America, which would have been
right.
pretty impressive.
Brutal. It was so that pain that you get, and then the heat wave.
it was
I had
just
to stop.
It was just like a waterfall hike.
Yes.
Didn't we go from like waterfall to waterfall? Or
Yeah.
am I
This was
remembering
the
it
only
wrong?
long, real hike we did.
Yeah,
Like,
in
serious
these
hike.
wellies. What a terrible. Right here, it comes in
Livid.
handy. But
I was actually really annoyed that was our suggestion.
we should have brought shoes in our bags and then like just put on regular boots.
Well,
Yeah.
and we
carry these.
flew fucking 1,500 miles with hiking boots, which is never convenient. And then she's like, "You can't wear those. You got to wear these." And then we
These
ended
with
up
no
being like,
arch support.
But also, I want to go back to the gondola thing because I'm not afraid of heights.
Hold on, this is gonna be on the way back.
But
I just get
I'm not afraid of heights. But like, it was bottomless. It was like a grate, so like you could
and
see
you
down.
you would lightly
Yeah.
kind of swing.
And then on the way back, it was
storms.
You gotta have some
raining.
other pictures of this, right?
Yeah, I have photos of
We have
our
video,
feet looking
too.
down.
Yeah.
But it did when it was an optical illusion. When you're getting on, it looked like, and I remember thinking, I don't know if I can fucking do this because it went straight up, and I thought it ended there.
Yeah.
And it was fucking long. It was like 30 minutes long, and we're 400 feet above the tree line,
Shit.
and it was shaking and rocking. And on the way back, it started raining, got windy, and
We
it stopped for
Oh,
like
yeah.
15 minutes.
I like mid fear though. It was. Did we pass a family?
Yeah.
Yes, they were like laughing. They were like on the way home
with
from work.
like a baby in there.
The baby. Everyone was having a good time. The baby's hanging on, doing pull-ups, doing parkour.
Yeah.
Also, you're an animal abuser who brought the dog who's freaking out. So it's also like a
Dog's
wiggly
freaking out.
fucking dog.
Dog wants to get out immediately. That was a mistake.
That was horrifying.
Worth it though, because check it out. She's loving it.
Yeah, Bandit was really great.
Man, it loves nature.
I'm thinking about my diarrhea in that moment.
You're squeezing it in.
I'm just looking off into space like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at the pristine water.
It really was great.
I wanted to go swimming, but it actually was cold.
Yeah. Oops.
That's the bummer about mountain water.
Yeah, it's very cold. Joe always does a thing. It was in Zion where you dunk your head.
You did.
Yeah, I
Like
love
that,
dunking
even
the
in
head. I
thin
love
water.
a head dunk. And I like to fill the hat with water, too. Which is
Yeah, and then
nice.
put it on there, let it dry out. God damn.
Yeah, very spiritual.
I mean, the place was really naturey.
Oh, it was spectacular. It was fucking incredible. Let's stick on this photo.
Look how big that leaf is.
Oh, yeah.
Leaves.
It was just real jungle. It's cloud forest, which I've never heard of before.
Yeah, I hadn't really either. I guess it's like a pre-rainforest.
And they say that the bird watching champions of the world all come from Mindo every year because it's got the most diverse.
Oh, I hate diversity.
Yeah. Hey, do you want
Birds.
to hear something fun?
Yeah.
My friend works at the forest department,
Mm-hmm.
and all their emails are bouncing back if they mention biodiversity.
Oh,
Because fuckwit is so
Oh,
against
that's
is
fucking
so
hilarious.
against diversity
Oh,
that
that's
you
so
can't even
funny.
scientifically say biodiversity in a neighborhood. They're like, well, how are we supposed to get the fuck around this?
it's so funny. I just don't understand why we're
Is this a
stopping
video?
here. Oh, there's the
Oh, is
trash
this
for the
your
toilet paper,
promo?
by the way.
There's the trash with the toilet paper.
Can I
Yes.
also tell you
What?
the Wi-Fi was pretty decent? I was able to do a Zoom comedy show.
Oh, that's
Really?
right. You did do
Well-
a set one of the
Oh,
nights.
yeah.
Yeah, we were downstairs. That was the night, by the way, I think. We were
It
downstairs
all started.
playing cards.
Oh,
We played a
showing
lot
off.
of we played a lot of scat, and he's about to show you his scat.
Oh, there's poop in there.
yeah.
I didn't know that video was
Are
happening.
you telling people to come to go bananas.
I can't be promoting anything. I might be promoting an episode of Old Skeptic Tank. Well, this is about to get the Skeptic Tank pump.
We played a lot of scat, and then we went out and bought cigarettes.
Yeah.
Sarah and I, when we're in another country, we get cigarettes and smoke them.
I love it.
Sarah smokes them. I pretend to smoke them.
It was
Yeah.
fun. That's right. We smoked on the porch there,
Yeah.
Yeah, we went into like a equivalent of a bodega. I don't think we want to play some of these.
where we also had.
Yep.
Oh,
Those.
are
and
nice.
hummingbirds. We had a shit ton of hummingbirds
hummingbirds
come to
were
us.
sick. Yeah,
Oh,
same
wow.
shirt.
Shirt. Yeah, we smoked Hoyos. We smoked those Ecuadorian cigars.
Nah, they weren't good.
I
don't
did
think.
Marlboros.
No, but they were there. I got used to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I really liked my cigarettes.
What'd you get?
Just I thought
I went and bought a pack of
I
cigarettes.
think they were Ecuador brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they weren't going to be great.
Lights. They were. I liked it. Can I also?
Yeah.
If I don't know if we're gonna get to it, but
We'll get to it.
I think about that to this today. I think I had one of the best meals ever when we were by
the
the
empanadas.
river and the empanadas that were like made from scratch, and we played cards.
That was
and
incredible.
Had coffee, and it was all like $7.
We sat on the
each.
edge of a valley. And it was like a food truck. Not a food truck. It was like a little stand.
It was like a hut kind of.
A hut.
It was
Yeah.
set, but like.
was-
yeah, and it was taking forever. Like, what's taking so long? She's like, I'm making it from scratch.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I had to
I'm
go to the
eating
grocery store.
and we sat and
I
played.
didn't know 4 people were going to come. Today.
Yeah.
We sat and played scat for hours, which is my favorite activity.
How do you play scat?
Scat is 31. It's what they're playing in Stand By Me. You get 3 cards and you discard and you want to get 31.
Scat. I
Yeah.
got to remember this for hostels.
Yeah. We
I'm
played a
trying to
lot.
make a list of like, okay, scat.
Which I was happy that I
That was the
converted you
best
guys.
meal ever.
It was so good.
It
those
was amazing.
empanadas.
And I've since been arepas.
Arepas.
Arepas, yes, that's what it was.
It was arepas
Because-
because it was fun to.
Because we kept making jokes, of course. But
Horchatas.
They were
when we've
Venezuelan.
had, I remember leaving there being like, my new favorite food is arepa, and I haven't been able to
Astoria had a decent place. Arepa.
Yeah.
There's like an arepa lady.
No, I remember ripping that lady.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was a weird part of the trip.
I really held her down, but oh boy.
Brutal. You can't say brutal on that.
It was brutal.
All right.
It was a crime.
When you're out of focus, you're kind of handsome.
Yeah, right? It takes away the ghoulishness.
Look
So
at
that
Joe's
was one of the
fingernails.
cool things about Ecuador. In Quito, there is a Casa La Habana, and you can find like legit Cuban cigars, and I would when I was there.
No, it was awesome. I also remember the horse. I was terrified of the horse. I hate screenshots. Nothing worse than screenshots when you're going through a fucking.
Well, they're not going
Right.
to show. They're not going to show all these. We're just going to show the ones we pause on.
Oh, that's later.
That's
That was
later.
later,
Okay,
yeah.
so wait. So let's talk about Mindo. So let's not leave
Mindo
Mindo
was
first.
the biggest part of our trip.
Yes, we white water rafted. We got annihilated by
White water
mosquitoes.
rafting.
Yeah.
Oh my God. First of all, I love rehashing on a trip, podcast or not, and just remembering stuff.
Yeah.
As you go.
We
Yes.
did a lot. And wait, remember before we went to the sky gondolas, we ended up trespassing on somebody's property thinking that was the way to go.
And what happened?
Vaguely.
We didn't know how to get to the actual sky
The
gondolas.
gondolas took us up to the hikes.
Yes. We were
Yes.
at like some, I wouldn't say rich person, but it was a nice home.
They probably make 40 grand a year.
Some of those homes up there were like, how much? I'm like, they're building themselves. It probably cost 50 grand.
But they looked
Right.
amazing
But
with the
let's-
craftsmanship and the architecture.
I do remember because that's what we realized was we were trying to follow maps to the trailhead, but we didn't realize there was a gondola necessary.
And
so
we-
we were kept trying to like find paths to get there.
Yeah.
And there wasn't.
it was
the
a
path.
skip. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We're like, oh, let's just walk over it, which would have been impossible.
In the boots. It took a while to get to the head.
Also on this, okay, we got a lot. The hummingbird feeder on this.
Amazing.
Incredible.
It was like 10 different kinds and colors and stuff.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It was.
I took a slow-mo video where I just set up
Yeah.
the thing, and you just see it's still going pretty fast.
It's
but
like,
yeah.
they look like bugs.
They're the coolest animal on earth.
it's so weird. They're just like
Because they're like this.
and they want to go. They go. Someone else comes in. Excuse me. And they go. Okay.
And then
yeah.
you were going to get a hummingbird tattoo, but you got that thing instead.
Yeah, I was.
Big
I was-
mistake.
I
What's
was-
that one?
This is it's a plant, heliconia. It's a plant that's all over there in the jungle that I really liked every time I saw it. It's on trees. It's in the tropics, but there's all these different genuses of it.
And you guys had been there for how long at this point? Like 3 months? 2 months?
What day is this here? February. So we went Halloween. So all November, all December, all January. 3.5 months.
February, that's right. We came straight from Key West.
Yeah, I
That's
think
right.
you guys still had like another month left after we left.
We waited for the vaccine.
I remember. Oh, this might get me in trouble, but I remember having my sister do my unemployment from America because you
'Cause
couldn't do it.
the
The IP address.
You're not the only one. Who
I was like, could you do that once a week for me? So I was living. That was why COVID was so great. I was making the most money I've ever made in stand up.
Yeah.
There was a couple
Government
times
Sarah's
money.
a bum.
on unemployment where you got a raise because the economy was tanking.
Yes,
At
we
some
got
point,
stimulus.
Obama gave me he went from you can only get 26 out of the 52 weeks.
Yeah.
And he goes, we're gonna do 39 now, and I'm like, okay, this hasn't affected me at all. This 2008 thing hasn't affected me at all. And then he goes, extra $25 a week. I'm like, thanks.
Wow.
Yeah. And then like Trump was like 400, 600 for everybody.
Yeah.
You can go all year, and it was like nice.
Oh, I was getting like $1,000 a week or something ridiculous.
Did you lose your job from COVID?
From comedy?
Oh right, yeah.
So
well,
somebody
that's
helped
fair.
us set up how to do freelance, and it was whoever did that is an angel.
God damn.
They showed you everywhere. They circled every page that what you had to press.
Oh wow.
Impressive.
So we got there. We had a horse.
Okay, so
on
there's
the
a horse
property,
next door.
Which that I will admit, I was terrified.
A horse is a horse, of course.
Yeah,
Right, of
Unless,
course.
Unless, of
The
course.
horse,
Horses.
of course,
Yeah.
is Mr. Ed.
Oh yeah, that is not. This was Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The horse ruled.
No, I was terrified, and
It
then
was
you
a-
were giving me shit, and I'm like, it's a fucking wild animal. They
It was
kick
our
things.
one warning. Our one warning was don't let the horse.
He's like, do whatever you want. You guys can all fuck, wife swap,
Have
come
fun
in my
with the
face,
horse.
beat me.
Go pet it in the morning.
You just
beat
gotta wear
me,
the boots,
slap
but whatever
me,
you do, don't let the horse leave.
spit
And
my
we were
mouth.
like, got it.
It was, and I think we saw it out of our peripheral vision, and it was one of those things like, did the horse just walk by the kitchen
Is the
window?
Is the horse in the front now, outside of its pen? We're like,
Yeah, the horse got loose. I still don't know whose fault it was. Might have been mine. Might have
It
been
might have been
yours.
mine, too.
I think it was you.
somebody, and it
Didn't
could have been
latch.
me. Just didn't latch. Just like put, and the horse like, I don't
Oh,
think I
the
watched
horse is
that.
waiting for that moment.
waiting for these tourists to
It
come in
showed,
and not latch.
yeah, 4 whites showed up, and the horse was like, yes.
This is my thing. Wait.
Out of here.
And then the Airbnb lady went to town to socialize.
Yeah,
So
she's
we
like-
were under a ticker. I was thinking the whole time we were.
Was she on property?
She was in town.
Yeah, she lived on property. She had another little house.
Yeah.
But
Nearby.
she left. Yeah, she went.
left, and then I remember she was like, "I'm going into town to meet my friend," and so I would
All right,
the
lady,
whole
have fun. Who
time that
cares?
we were trying to get this horse back, in my mind I was thinking split screen of
Yeah.
what she's doing
Her
while
eating.
we're like, oh my god, how much time left? How long do you hang out with a friend?
Yeah.
And then
Split screen is a good way to do it. And then she's like, I gotta get back there. And her friend's like, Bobby, I'll get 1 minute. And we're like, screen.
yeah.
We had to chase this horse down. You have
I
pictures?
think I have the video. I made a video with dance music to us chasing the horse.
And
Plug it in.
there were
What kind of-
several
what
obstacles.
I gotta see if I can find it.
You got
First,
the old
there's
connector, the new connector.
different ways to get back to the house, different hidden trails. We would find it, chase it back to another area, and then we also had wild street dogs.
Oh my god.
Oh, they were
So
fucking
the
terrifying.
moment you
Oh my
thought
God.
you had the horse, then a street dog would show up and chase it more.
And when you get close to the horse, horses, I don't know if anybody knows this, are actually incredibly fast.
Yes, and they're huge.
And they're huge. So you get close to them, like, I've almost got it. And the horse is like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
I think you could race them.
I'll
if you had
trot
To.
away.
I have like a 4-minute video that I put together, but I don't know what's on here, and it won't fucking like upload. But this is when you first picked this up. But I'll find it.
Oh, send all these, though. But if you have one we should talk about.
Oh, look at this! I have the whole fucking thing, a whole
Wow.
compilation.
Oh, that's the balcony.
That's the
balcon.
rooftop thing.
Wow.
I mean, everybody's in here, but yeah,
That's
I'll find it.
ultimate.
I have one of just us chasing the horse though, but it's not in this fucking.
Oh, you
collection.
got to send me all
I
these.
have to say that horse, it seemed like it was long, but I think in the scheme of things, it took us 15 to 20 minutes to get that horse.
Yeah, but that's
back.
long.
No, I think an hour plus.
You think an hour plus?
Because he ran into that yard at some point. He
Yeah.
went down the main road, and we're like, if he goes to the main road, that's the road to town.
Didn't you
We
use
were
a
in the
car
car.
at
We
one
got out of the
point?
car. It was like 35 minutes at least.
And when I say main road, the entire frame of this podcast is the size of the main road.
Right,
and it's
dirt and
mud.
and
Wet
rocks.
mud.
And the dog, I mean like wild dogs, like no leash, no vet, no nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
showing
dogs can smell
teeth.
fear. Like, well, they can smell a lot here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
there's
all
a
quite
lot.
frightened.
And then we each
Like
had
diarrhea.
a big long stick, and we're trying to direct the fucking horse back. We were just chasing a wild horse.
But the best part was at the end when the horse went finally up the road of the house and it full charged Joe. And I was like, he's a goner. And then at the last minute, you opened the gate
It was
and it went right
Horrifying.
in. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
my
it's like,
God.
we're getting Joe, make sure he doesn't go past you.
And I was like,
and Joe's like, okay.
It was fucking charging me. I had a Mustang charging me and with a stick being like, go, come on, please. And then he turned and we just fucking whipped the gate shut and all breathed a sigh of relief. And
she
then
was
we
still
had a
out.
long debate, and I'm a good boy, of whether or not we should tell the landlord, the
I
lady.
said no. I think I'm in
It's
the
back.
Yeah, it's Sarah and I summed up as people. Sarah's like, no, let's just leave. Fucking. And I was like, we have to tell
Why?
her.
We had to
because
tell her if it was still out.
Oh, I think because we also saw people saw us.
Yes. I was like,
Chasing a horse.
the townspeople are going to be like, by the way, there was 4 assholes chasing your horse around town. and then we look like assholes.
Hey, Deb, you got someone staying at your house? We noticed some whites.
So we did tell her, and she was like, oh, no problem. But we played it off. We were like, he went down there, but we got him back.
So she was like, whatever.
Yeah, we didn't tell him that we fucking
Why'd
already
you
rode the
have a
thing back.
horse?
But after that happened and the relief of getting the horse back, there was a part of me that was like, that was so much fun.
Yeah,
It
Sarah wanted to
was
release it
so
again.
much fun.
So much fun that I was like, I could do that every day.
So much. And we chased it into this other guy's yard. Remember that? Some like.
Yeah, we went to other houses.
It was like a tree farm or something.
Yeah.
It was like, sorry.
Yeah, it was, but after
Getting a
that, it
horse.
was smooth sailing. No more problems after that.
Well, we went on a bird. It's a bird, like, I don't know what the word is. A center of birding. The Mindo River Valley.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that was the last
We
day.
set up a bird tour.
The night before, unfortunately.
Yeah, so the night before, I was like, let's have a cup of tea. Let's all drink tea. And now, this is the other important thing to say, is that all week, the whole trip, leading up to the trip, you kept saying, whatever you do, don't drink water. You have to boil the water.
Yeah.
Make sure it goes to a boil.
And
It has to fully boil.
Boil.
I kept going to drink the water, and then you'd be like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and slap it out of my hand. It was a lot of close calls.
I got my diarrhea from the toothbrush situation.
Yes. So Sarah got
Water
So mine
bottle,
was
water
light.
bottle.
Mine was light.
Sarah got a little diarrhea from brushing her
But it was
teeth.
pretty intense.
And then
That's just a couple drops.
A couple.
Touching your the gums.
Yes, where I could hold it between my butt cheeks.
yeah. And
Oof.
then you like she doesn't like cum.
Did
Folks.
you-
But and farts were out of control.
Yeah, very farty.
Just very, yeah.
So then the second to
This is our
last
last night?
yeah, it must have been the last night there.
It was
Last night
kind of
there,
the
right.
last night
Okay.
because
Last
we were
night
driving
in
back.
Mindo.
In Mindo,
Yeah.
yes. So then I made a cup of tea. Now I'm a tea cunt. And green tea, you're not supposed to bring it to a boil. It's supposed to be about 175 degrees. So I made sure.
So anyone listening out there, if I get it, if you want your ideal temperature, bring it up to a boil, then down to 175.
Right.
That's what I was suggesting.
Gay.
Not Joe.
So I was like, oh, no, turn it off. So then I drank a fucking mug of local water. And I started to feel a little bit. We went to bed. We brushed our teeth.
I think
we
I
said
did my
good night.
Zoom show.
I laid
You
down.
did a nice
I
comedy
did my
show.
little comedy show.
And before bed, I was like, I took a big shit that came on out of nowhere. I was like, that was weird. Oh, well. And then I laid down, went to bed, and like a movie, I felt it again, gurgling, and I just went, oh, man. I just remembered. I had a 16-ounce glass of tea.
You drank
Glass of
straight
water.
diarrhea.
So much bacteria. They were just like, these whites are amazing. The horse is like, right?
I was fucking
Do locals not
annihilated.
drink, or do they get used to it?
They
Or
don't
you
drink it
all
either.
have to?
They don't
okay.
drink it either. There's water
What's
delivery
going
systems.
on in there? What's
They don't-
happening in
they
that
don't have
water?
clean water.
What is it, Flint?
Yeah. They don't have clean I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it pollution or is it just
They're
is it like
animals.
beavers?
Well, I've heard that with like even if you're
kidding.
surviving in the woods and you come across a stream that looks clean, you shouldn't drink it because there's also bacteria
Beaver
in there.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only some. I remember in Alaska they were like, this one, yes, that one right next
I
to it.
think you have to
absolutely
drink
not.
groundwater in order to get
Because it
good
filters
wa-
it out.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we went on the bird thing. We set up the big bird thing, which we were excited about.
At 4 a.m.
Is that
No,
right?
Really?
It was so early.
Because we had to get there for sunrise because that's when the birds come out.
Yes.
And then we thought you made a fucking, or maybe we had
it
an
was like
observation
a
that
5-hour bird.
Chickens.
it still makes me laugh that we saw a bunch of chickens and roosters running around, and you're like, if you weren't familiar, you'd be like, oh my god,
Look at that giant bird.
that's the best bird.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's huge.
It's all
got
red.
this like neck thing. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
That one
goblin.
screams. Oh my god.
But we're just like kicking them, being like, get out of here. We're trying to look at cool birds.
Beat it, dork bird.
We wanted the toucan,
Yes.
which is so funny because it's like toucan's cool and all, but is it really that? Are we like we?
It's got its own cereal.
It's we get it's a get.
It's a get.
Yeah, it's a get.
Oh, my cigar's coming.
But
apart.
once we saw the toucan, I think we were like,
This lady
we're
was
done.
This lady was so into birds.
She
We
loved
took
it.
her to the
Yeah,
tours.
there are people that are just.
We had binos. We had we were up there. She's like, we're gonna see all these
We
things.
also suspected she was a lesbian.
She was a lesbo. For sure. For sure.
I just love. We're like, what's it like being a lesbian in the middle of the cloud forest?
She was very, very dykey. And
We saw a guy in a tiny like town and off a dirt road. We like out of gas. We're like, oh, we got to find gas. And went to a town of like 80 people. And somebody working the convenience store was so gay, like bleach blonde hair.
were we there for that?
No.
Oh, okay.
And it was like,
this.
what are you coming across a gay in a backwards town like that? And they're like, what do you listen to? It's like Gaga. We're like, okay. I'm like, I wonder if he even knows.
You're like, are you?
Are you the only gay?
Yeah. What's dating like for you out here?
Hoping a traveler comes through looking for gas. You get
Right.
fucked behind the.
oh, my damn cigar's
But
coming apart.
I
knew
always
it.
thought it was we stopped our trip early and we
Uh-huh.
dropped her off,
Maybe.
and she was like, "Well, I'm gonna just continue."
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
all right, we saw the toucan. We got to get going on the road.
She couldn't. Well, there was a language barrier too, and it was supposed to be like a 5-hour tour. We were like 45 minutes in, and I was at that point. I was shitting my pants. I had begun my.
We were you farted in front of her.
I did.
Oh yeah.
No, Ari did.
Oh.
He ripped a huge.
Something one non-comic gets with
She
comics.
smiled. She's like, "Not you."
It's like, is that a
She
bird
did
call?
the light, like cool.
We saw the toucan.
We saw a few toucans. It was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And we looked at the
Toucans were
big.
great.
When we took photos through the telescope,
Yeah, she
which
had
was cool.
a cool viewfinder.
Yes, and we just released her so early.
We're like,
but
we're
I
good.
was,
she goes, no, there's a little sparrow you got to see. We're like,
Does it have
Yeah.
a colorful beak? Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to see. I don't give a
it's
shit about
migrating right now.
blackbirds.
It's only 1 week a year. You can get a fucking New York pigeon here.
yeah. If it's not in a cereal box, I'm not interested, lady. And then I had to double back and shit in like the dirtiest shithole. It's like where the kids hid in Schindler's List. Second Schindler's List reference. I shit on a kid's head.
Yeah.
And then I was like, guys, I'm fucked.
You were beat.
And we had like a 3-hour car ride back to wherever we were going.
That car ride was hard.
We're going to Quito, so we're doing that reverse of that. Right? You were flying out of
Yeah,
Quito,
we
not
were.
Guayaquil. Yeah.
And we also had to get a COVID test.
Yes, we had to go get tested to get
get
out
on
of the
plane.
country.
Yeah.
Yes, because we were about to do
And they
the
did
nice
have a
part of.
pretty decent system
Quito.
set up for getting those.
Yeah, that was
COVID
another thing
test.
of like you can. If it's not to your Anglo white aesthetic, you just assume it's shitty, but you're like, they were on time and it was run perfectly. It may have been concrete that was slightly wet,
But I was
but it worked.
I was having
Getting
an
to it,
anxiety
though.
attack though because
And
it was like
efficient.
you gotta get it, and it was
And you're flying out
a
that
language
night?
barrier. I think
Or
we
the
were
next
flying
day?
out the next morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank God your friend was very fluent in Spanish.
Yeah, yeah.
I can do a little Spanish, but not enough to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To explain it. But also, it's like, if it doesn't come, I have a flight. What if I don't get it? What if
Yeah.
it's not?
Right.
And they're like,
It was
chill, bro, chill.
unsettling trying to figure that out and navigate. And I had to shit my brains out every 30 seconds. And we went to 10 gas stations.
The drive back was so wild because it was like, hey, I got to stop at this gas station to shit. I'm like, oh, these aren't going to be a good one. I'm
Yeah.
like, but I can get a coffee. Okay, sure. And then like,
It was every 10 minutes.
and then like, it was like, oh, God, wow, how was the shitting at the gas station? You're like, terrible. And then like, and then they don't have toilet paper. You got to flat. It's like, oh, they don't clean it. And then like 10 minutes later, you're like, hey, I know this is a joke, but I got to shit again. And
I
was
would
like,
get back
can
in
you
the car
imagine, right?
and be like, go to the next gas station.
I also remember your friend, because it's shitting and we're comics, that's all we could talk about was like, is that all you guys talk about? And I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys want some Ecuadorian chocolate?
You have some?
Yeah,
I
Picari.
gave some to my mom, but I don't think she
You
cared
want
for
some?
it.
Sure.
cut that
Is
one?
it regular chocolate?
Yeah, that one's got chili in it. That one's got
Chili in it?
uvia.
I'll be shitting my pants again.
Uvia. You should go uvia. You don't like spicy,
Chao.
right?
I'm okay.
You want it?
Yeah.
Crack it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Great. We won't. How many gas stations did you visit?
I honestly think
All of
10.
them?
And it's like, picture shitting at a gas station on 95 in Connecticut.
Already
and how
terrible.
awful it is. Yes. This was like Ecuador, side of the highway, and they were all just like holes. There was no door. There was no toilet
Wait, it
paper.
was a squatter one?
Yes, it was like fucking just holes. Just it was horrendous.
Most of the
And shit
toilet I
everywhere.
remember were holes.
But I was sick
no
enough that I
flush.
didn't care. I was just sitting in Ecuadorian shit.
I got to a hotel once in La Troncal, I think, El Troncal, and it was like I wanted to take a shit at this not good hotel. It was like we can't keep going overnight. And going to the guy's like, hey, there's no seat on the toilet. He goes, oh yeah, and he went back behind. He's like, here, bring it back.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
What to do? This is
Could you just
You want another one?
like squat
poke through
over?
Wait, what?
Did you need the toilet seat? Because I would have squatted.
Yeah, girls are you have training in that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm like, no, I'm gonna sit down and shit.
Okay. You have to
I
sit.
thought it was odd that there's no seat on the on a regular toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of them with no seats. Yeah, it was fucking bad, and I also felt bad because it felt like I was such a hindrance to everybody.
Delay.
I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then we were trying to race to make our appointment. Also,
Yeah,
that was
because
the
we're
other
like, oh, we
thing.
got an extra 3 hours. We can take a hike. We can like maybe stop by Mitel Mundo again. We can like do whatever. Get
Yeah.
some nice. And then it was like, nah.
And I don't. This is the other thing. I don't know if this is everybody or just me, but I get very emotional. I get like raw when I'm that sick.
Oh, I thought every time you shit.
No, like I'm
Cries.
yeah. No, but I was like weak. Remember that time I got sick in Long Island? I
Yeah.
was watching Home Alone. I was like sobbing.
Joe got norovirus.
I've had it a few times.
I
now.
gave it to him. Mine wasn't that bad, and then his was it was almost like he was kicking heroin in a hotel room, just shitting and vomiting.
It's happened 3 times that you get like Sarah gets sick and she's like, "Blip, excuse me,"
Remember when you're opening?
and then
oh,
the
shit.
next day I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're open for Louis early on.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the first time I ever met Louis. That was
We
the same
were-
time.
So funny. I'm sick. But I'll make it.
He's like, "Don't come
We
anywhere
were,
fucking near
we
me."
were counting
Not
at
other
like
openers, chill.
contractions. I was like, "You're shitting every 30 minutes." I think you can squeeze in a feature set.
I literally told Louis, I was like, "Okay, I'm doing 15. I'm having diarrhea every 18 minutes. I don't want to miss the gig." And he was like, "You don't fucking come to this." gig."
Yeah, we
want
would
you
have
here.
contaminated.
And then
everybody.
Jerry Seinfeld took my place.
Fucking.
'Cause he was
what
there.
What a.
We also worry we're like that was never gonna work
was it.
again because timing does matter in these things.
But you know what, Louis? He's like, I know you wanted to do the gig. I'll make it up to you. And then we went on a world tour.
He is a real comic. He gets that this is important.
Yeah. Well, because some like have you ever had like now we're just talking about comedy.
No.
That's
Okay.
all right.
Okay. Yeah.
you could real quick.
Well, just like timing is everything. Where you get something, and then because you get sick, somebody loses their job, and then they move on, and
They
you're
just
like,
move on.
okay, I guess I'm not getting that TV show
Well,
anymore.
It's like,
Talk about
remember
that.
NBC? You said I was on your radar? No. Oh.
Well, I
No,
think
well,
about that
they
because
left.
Seinfeld was there. I would have hung out with Seinfeld. I would have done a set in front of Seinfeld. I was like, this could have been my big break. And instead I shit all over the place and cried in a hotel room.
I had one 2 weeks ago. I was going to go. My friend used my fame. He had tickets. He has partial season tickets to Yankee Stadium. And he goes, can I use your fame to get stuff? I'm like, if I'm not there, okay. Try, because it's embarrassing, because I'm not as famous as you think I am. And he goes, hey, I have a very famous friend. We want to like get something extra, because he has like a rep. And they go, okay, we'll get you on the field for batting practice.
Amazing.
Which is cool. And
I
only
did
I
that at
found
the
out
Blue
later.
Jays game. It was awesome.
Oh my God. I found out later, Shane got it for us in the Phillies, but like, that's Shane. I found out later it was only because it was like right before the summer day game, the Rangers, no one gave a fuck.
Right.
But anyway, I was going to do that. The night before, I got a text from Side Splitters going, Judge is coming to your show tonight.
Oh, Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
I was thinking Mike Judge.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know Mike
Same.
Judge. I can get you.
Yeah, because
Or Judge Reinhold.
and it was like, oh my God. So I'm going to perform for Judge, make a joke, and then the next day see him at batting practice. We're going to be best friends.
Right.
There's no
Right.
way he would have remembered, 11 hours ago, I saw you on stage. He would have come up to me.
Of course.
Right.
And then he didn't come. They had to cancel him, and Goldschmidt had to cancel Freed. And then it's like, fuck. Just
Yeah.
best
So
friends.
your life would have been so
I
different.
bet
So
you could get in
different.
touch with Aaron Judge
He is
through
amazing.
Shane.
I met him through Shane. Shane was
Okay.
like, "This guy wants to suck your dick." I was like, "Shane, come on, man."
But I
How'd he look?
do.
He thought me and Foley were like Shane's retarded friends who run the
That's
coffee
the
shop.
problem when
yeah,
you're
that's
with
how I feel,
somebody.
you're
The
his
judge
wife.
made a beeline for Shane, and then eventually Shane was like, "Oh, these guys also think you're cool," and he goes, "Oh, hey."
Yeah, and they just assume you suck.
Yeah.
They're never. That's the thing about
Right.
comedy. If they haven't heard of you, they're just like, well, you must blow.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
And in your case,
I do.
yeah,
I
not
pull it
great.
together for specials, but that's it. Day to day, though, I'm a pretty bad comic. So then, wait, where are we?
We get COVID tested, went
Hold
smooth.
on. Because you said this before. In between cities in Ecuador is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, you're going through like the best vegetation ever.
And the mountains and the
Yeah.
fucking, it's just so cool.
No, South America is the best.
It's gorgeous and nothing's built up. Like if we're out, I-95 is like, ugh.
Right.
Right. I always picture like they always say America's isn't it? That's what it means, beautiful.
Oh, really?
America the Beautiful?
Something like that.
Okay.
I think
And
it's a
you're like,
guy's
it is.
name.
There's some really amazing
Guy that made
stuff.
the map.
Oh, Amerigo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it could mean I'm only going off of Ronnie Chang.
Go ahead. Yeah. America means beautiful. Yeah. Get all my info from Ronnie Chang
But like
specials.
North America. But then when you go down there, you're like, well, we don't have cloud fucking forests
No.
with jaguars
Didn't Lando Calrissian live in the cloud forest?
Yeah, yeah.
from Star
Is
Wars.
that what you're thinking of?
No, it's a cloud forest. But maybe. But
It also feels
possibly.
like a name of like
and then we went to Hoth.
where Super Mario Land is. Yeah.
Oh, what about the rafting? We didn't do the rafting.
Yeah, we skipped the
Oh,
rafting,
my
which was
God.
badass. That was really fun.
That was really fun.
It was a tube. Describe it. We
but
got pictures, but
the
describe.
mosquitoes.
We got annihilated. Yes.
I have never. I thought I was gonna get Zika,
No, I posted the photo. Well, first of all,
and I was
everyone-
trying to get. We were trying to have a baby then too. That I was like, oh my god,
don't-
what if I get pregnant and I have Zika?
You have a mosquito
don't-
baby.
You definitely don't want a Zika baby.
no.
There's no positive
No,
instances.
well,
of
that's
Zika
the thing.
babies.
But
This
think
is-
about I would get specials for my Zika baby.
But this is that's true. You'd be huge.
Oh, yeah.
But this
Yeah.
is the thing, though, and everyone acts like I'm some fucking what do you call it, hypochondriac cunt. I posted the photo, being like, "Look at all these bug bites." Every comment was like, "You're gonna die, dude.
Oh,
you have a
yeah.
disease." I'm like, "I think I'll be okay," because
Yeah.
I had that in Peru too, where I had like 48.
I had
mosquito
never
bites.
experienced. You look down at your leg. That's why all the river guys were wearing leggings.
Long sleeves. Yeah, that's right.
We wore shorts and t-shirts.
The safety regulations on this rafting thing. What? It was like just tires, just tubes, or
Just
what?
Yeah, it was
tied
tubing.
with
We went tubing.
Tubes,
We
but
didn't
they're
even
all
wrap.
tied together.
with whatever they put you in. Forgot what they're called. Whatever, doesn't matter.
It was also like a foot
But
and a half of
plastic
water.
binding.
Yeah, they're also like, hey, don't. So your butt's in the tube part, your legs are hanging out, and they go, if your legs hang too low, they will get snapped off. You're like, okay. So the whole time you're like having fun, but also like,
No, it was actually quite scary because a few times my foot, I'm like a lanky guy, and my foot would drag on the bottom.
I fell out of my
the
butt.
Yeah, he knew the river though, because he knew the spots to launch us.
Was he on with us?
Yes.
Yeah, he was like
and then
the
he would
guy.
come off a little bit,
And push and like
push, and then get back on, and like
you'd
knew,
start spinning, and
yeah.
it was just like one time
He was like an
backwards,
artist, a tubing artist.
Yeah.
and they would just put the tubes back in the truck, go back up, and
Yeah.
2 people down.
It was only like 8 minutes long.
It was so fun.
But it was thrilling.
It was really fun.
It was awesome. It was a highlight.
It
for
was
sure.
worth the mosquito bites and the Zika baby.
Yeah, that was the last day there, and then that night was when I got poisoned. I
Oh
believe.
yeah.
Yeah. But I thought that was one of the main attractions of Mindo Valley was tubing, and I think we just decided on it wasn't like we planned on it.
We were going to go
We were like,
hike and see the birds and whatever.
And every truck had a big tube on it. It's like big business there.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah, it's
car
an
has a
adventure
tube.
town.
Yeah, yes.
Mindo.
But
So
I
it's
think
like,
we were like, fine, whatever. And then we were like, that was the most fun I've had in my entire life.
I love a no safety regulations place.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're going too far with the regulations.
Yeah.
Let us have a little risk.
Yeah. You
sure
could
there's
bring
been
a
some
baby
drownings.
on there. I'm sure he would let us have a baby on the tubing.
Definitely
yeah.
will. It's like,
Yeah.
it's your life. It's your funeral.
Yeah. What are you guys going to sue us?
We don't have
Can't
anything.
come down to keto and sue the tubing guy.
Did we at all pay with any $2 bills?
I don't remember.
I
show
don't
you that?
recall.
What? Okay.
I don't recall.
Okay, forget it. So we get back to this. So then we take the drive. Unless we're just more rafting shit.
No, I think that was
No,
it.
we just did one rafting where I
And then
could
the
have done
arepas were
more.
What?
I could have done more rafting.
It was very, very fun.
Yes.
I was like, can we do an hour long?
Yeah, maybe a
tubing?
chiller place.
Yeah.
Like less
Like a
rapids.
lazy river?
Lazy river would have been great. You would have drank again for that.
Yeah.
So then we eventually made our way back to this tester place.
Yes, and that was pretty easy.
How was the bathroom in that place?
I used it. That was a good one. That was like a
I
fucking
think my
throne
diarrhea
at that
had
point.
subsided at that point.
Yeah, you didn't have any. You fucking shit one time on the hiking trail.
Yeah.
I shit 85 times. I drank a fucking gallon of local
It
water.
was a lot.
It was bad. And I sipped it at night. I was like, oh, this is just hitting right. Fucking horrible.
Oh my God, what a fun trip.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then we had a nice night back in Quito again, a different part of town. We weren't in Old Town.
We
We
went-
were
Okay,
in
so
like
we went to
regular
this
town.
other
It
hotel,
was like
right?
more
Yes.
hipstery,
Yeah,
It was a
stayed-
millennial coded.
It
we
was a
stayed there
nice
lot. It was the
hotel.
cool part of town where they had the movie theater that we tried to get, Ocho y Media.
Yes, we ate at the restaurant. That was really good, and I can't even remember what I ate there, which is a bummer.
But Bandit came
You
with
really
us to the
should take
restaurant.
photos of your food. I know people fucking
It was cold out.
get mad at you for doing that.
Yeah, but if it's foreign like this-
Yeah, I'm like
look
come
at this
on,
thing.
it's part of the experience.
Yeah, whatever this we're drinking.
Joe, I like
at
your
like-
hair.
Look at all that cash, baby.
Texture.
Thank you. Oh, God, what a stupid face. Look at that. I'm loaded, baby.
Yeah, you are.
That place was great.
The place was great. And they gave us these ponchos because it was cold out.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Quito is extreme. It's cold every night. It's on the equator pretty much. And so it didn't really change the temperatures because rainy season, dry season. And then at night it gets like so cold.
And then after this, we went to like a cafe bar and
Yeah.
had like a dessert, coffee.
I think
and
that's
drinks.
where we went.
Aw.
Oh, look at Ben.
Is this the cafe bar?
Yes.
Yeah. This is. I'm sorry. This is. This is the cafe outside the movie
Yeah,
theater.
yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Oh, Bandit was
Bandit
so
rules.
sweet.
What a fuck.
Oh my God. She really ponied up to me. That was whatever you say.
She liked you.
Cuddled up, whatever.
Yeah.
No mask.
Well, sort of mask.
Genuine chocolate face, no makeup. Borat. Let's take a moment of gratitude to Borat. What a film.
Yeah, it really was.
Go back to that. My hand looks like I have a little baby hand.
Yeah, this looks like.
Why
like
does my
claw,
left hand
like
look like
a
a little
claw?
This looks like AI'd.
The fuck is
One's
my hand?
tiny, one's huge. You look at on the bottom hand looks like the hot dog fingers from everywhere all at once.
That was
Sausage fingers.
spectacular. At this point, I had recovered.
You even ate. You're like, all right, you're like at this point you go, no, I'll get the regular food. Let's get the regular food.
Yeah, I was ready. I had shed it. It was about 10 hours of fucking horror.
That meal was great and not much. But you're right. The arepas, all that stuff. They have these almuerzas.
Yeah.
These prefix lunches, and they're $2.50 across the country.
Yeah. Well, I even liked my seafood dish I had at that like gas station on the way to the Equator or when we left.
Sarah's like, I had horrible diarrhea, but my seafood at the gas station was awesome.
I don't know what happened. This diarrhea.
It was a shrimp soup. It was very delectable.
I think that might be it from my pictures.
Oh, I have so many. When was
I
what year
don't
was
think I
that?
took many photos when we got into only because that new town, as much as it was cool, it just felt very Bushwick.
Yeah, right. It was the trendy part of Quito.
What was that? February 2021.
And
right?
I kept having thought where
February
you're like, God,
19th,
the
yeah.
rent here has got to be so cheap that you could just come there as this content creator and just wreak havoc on their economy.
So there's a lot of Cuenca, even more. It's like an expat.
Yeah.
An expat town, which the locals don't really mind. From what I understand, they're like, we just don't live in Old Town,
Right.
The way that they do. But there's money now. There's money coming in.
Oh, I have
Because I remember
so
their
many videos.
currency had
Get
collapsed.
this one or no? Or the other one.
Yeah, I have this one.
Nice. It's gonna say accept. It's not gonna do anything, but just accept.
Okay. No.
Wait.
We tried this last time. It didn't work. Downloading accessory. Oh,
There
here
you
we
go.
go.
There you go. There you go.
Whoa.
Okay.
Hold on. I got to make sure there's no fucking nudes in here.
It's unless there's Sarah, then someone will. Wow.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's gorgeous, Mascon.
Look at us
I'm
in the air
horrified.
with our mouths.
Bandit's so ready to freak out.
That is so stupid that we did that. Did they make us do that?
I think
Not on there. There's just like, I don't know. It's on. I don't know. I think we're also a little scared of.
Oh, Oh, here's mosquitoes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
I don't recall them being itchy though.
Yeah, they were like quick. Oh wait, there's the arepas.
Arepa?
There's that place.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Arepa. That's
Wait,
the
That's
what?
the hut. That's the hut. And there's like a river down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sat on that table and played scat.
Yes. It was fucking great.
Just leave. They're okay.
There's the
leave
toucan.
I'm scared.
You say the toucan. Oh yeah, through that.
Fucking
It's
toucan.
so
That's a great
cool
photo
looking.
right there.
It's so cool looking.
He knows it too.
He knows it. Look at this little.
Look at his
bitch.
beak. How crazy that his beak is like a flag.
And the sharp line. Yeah, it
Right.
looks like a Trinidad
It
flag.
looks
or
like a
something.
little buoy.
Jamaica. Yeah, that's it far away. The nature's great here.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
I
I
don't know,
think
that's
that's
the
in the
path back.
Mindo Valley or
That's
by
on
the house.
That's
can
on
see
the
the
bird
clouds.
tour.
yeah.
Oh, there's
There's
the lady.
There's a lady.
Tight pants. Those are painted on.
Oh, yeah.
They were. She must have been hot in that humidity.
Bandita?
No.
No,
No.
that's a wild dog.
That's why I was just staring. I was like, should I bite these motherfuckers?
Oh, unbelievable.
So many wild dogs. Oh, you know what I also remember? The grocery
That's the
store.
bathroom you went to.
That was the bathroom.
Yeah, that's
That's
where
what
Sarah,
Sarah
shit
went.
pants.
Not ideal bathrooms.
It blew my mind that like milk is just out and about, not in the fridge.
Hey!
There's the horse.
Milk is just out. It's unpasteurized. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. So,
You're like, is this good? But
And-
I'll push through. If you tell me it's good, I'll
yeah, just
I'll
like, I'll
take
take your
your
word for
word.
it.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, go back one.
There's a
Look.
spider. Look at
Wow.
that fucking thing.
Wow. That was just in the house.
That's
Oof.
crazy.
Didn't we also
We
save
swam.
a bird? A
We
bird hit the
swam.
window. We had to like nurse it back to life.
That sounds like a you thing.
Okay.
I kind of
I
remember
would've
that.
rem-
Look how
Remembered.
beautiful. This is the grounds of this place.
Yeah,
we
that's the house.
we took a dip in there.
Oh yeah, it got deep somewhere.
Look at that. That's fucking horrifying.
Yeah. Oh, I want to see this. I want to see the down straight down on the
Oh
thing.
yeah, let me get that going.
Start from the beginning. I want to see all your pictures.
I know I'm just a little nervous. There's some.
We're not unless it's Sarah naked.
That's what I'm more nervous about.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, look at that horse with the car.
Horse,
He's got a horse
You're
on
looking
his-
at the car on that?
Horsepower.
I'm looking at something else.
Look at his cock.
Yes,
That is a cock.
That's
it.
what she's talking
that's
about.
cool. Now that's the main house?
That
Hold
wasn't
on.
our house.
Yeah, this is our house.
Wow.
You guys. Oh yeah. I remember we had a floor bed.
Bandit. Oh, you want me to go to the beginning?
Yeah, I don't know. Or you can send it to me later.
Oh, we're to an art museum too.
Pre-Columbian Art Museum, which was fucking cool.
That was cool.
It's
is
and it
some
really showed you a bunch of
sexual
history
photos
of,
in here.
of the
Yep.
pla- All right. Well, why don't you send me these later? What is this?
That's our first hotel. That's when we first arrived.
I liked it. I like
Yep.
anything that has an indoor.
Outside?
Yeah, an indoor
yeah.
outside is really cool. Oh, Joe bought a piece of art.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is downtown,
That's-
Old Town
This is
Quito.
when we the first day.
Yeah. Yeah, we sat right around there and ate. It's kind of just gorgeous and like
I just like walking
colonial.
around.
Colonial is so much better word than colonizer.
Oh, look at
Right.
that. I don't even remember that. I think
What
we
are
came on
those?
Those are regular rolls.
And then
we
you
blew those on
came
them.
and then I did some
so happy to
light
get regular rolls. We jizzed up.
Louis
Oh,
C.K.
Louis was there. Yeah, Louis had a bad phase where he fucking.
Look how cool we are.
We're so
Radio
cool.
station.
And that's the inside of the
Unbelievable.
of
We
the
went
church.
to. Didn't we go to a mausoleum of like where they
Oh,
put
yeah.
dead bodies?
In the church or somewhere?
It was
yeah,
really,
downstairs in the church. Downstairs.
Ornate. And it also had
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
smoke.
It was smoky.
They put in ambiance for us.
Yeah, in this mausoleum downstairs. I also like when people come to visit, even though we're just touristing ourselves, but like it's an excuse to go do something like this.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking what a shot. It's an excuse like, oh, someone's coming. It's kind of like the only time I do New York tourist stuff is when
Yeah.
a friend comes.
Oh, let's go check out the High Line.
Yeah, right. God, just gorgeous old.
I mean, I took a lot of photos.
Yeah.
All right, well,
It's a lot of back.
I want to see if you have the hummingbirds. I know I have a slow-mo of
I
them.
have some hummingbirds.
I do.
There's Mitad del Mundo.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. I mean, right on the equator line.
Where's Joe coming in?
Joe's
Here I
coming in
go.
hot. Joe's coming in hot. Hops.
Oh, yeah. That's at least 3-4 inches off the ground right there.
That's so cool.
Woo!
I mean, you guys are on both sides of it at the same time, in the air at the same time. The grounds of this are really beautiful too. They really do great
Yeah, I
upkeep
liked
on
our
it.
coffee. I love a coffee. I love coffee in other countries.
Me too. Except when it's,
The coffee in Ecuador is not great, but occasionally you can find good, but you just get used to it pretty fast.
Yeah.
that's my dick size.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing there.
Overall, good trip for you guys?
Oh, it's
Oh,
one
it's
of the
the best.
greats.
Yeah.
One of
One
the
of the
great
best.
trips.
It really was such a blast having you there.
Look.
Oh, I love...
So this is just like the roads.
Yeah,
to
that's
get
what's
somewhere. This is what I
driving
mean by
there.
hold for a second. Hold for a second. Go back one. This is just like the nature everywhere. It's just so cool.
Look at the bird way up there.
Wow.
Probably a toucan. Oh, that's a cool photo.
Oh, the street dogs were out of control.
They were scary.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
But
this is
everybody-
Mindo town. This is
This is
Mindo.
Mindo,
But
yeah.
everybody doesn't care
And
about
that's
the
the road
street
to get
dogs.
to the house.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a video? Go back.
Um,
This is us getting to the place.
yeah. Somewhere I want to show the horse video I made.
Oh yeah, I
That
want
was
to see
probably
that.
well after the trip, though.
Let's see. That's the kitchen.
Oh,
That's
there's
the
a front
front yard.
yard.
That's the front
Yeah.
yard.
I have photos of the house. Here, hold on. I'll get to them.
I threw out, and I regret this. It was a free.
Look at that.
There was a. There
Yeah,
was.
that was
Oh my god!
cool.
Hold for a second.
Don't you
The
just
bird
want
feeder
your
out
house
there.
to be that way?
Don't what?
I would just like a
Yeah.
house, my house to be like that.
Bert, we would sit out there and smoke cigars.
Yes.
And then in here was just great, and it was just like to make this house with the open windows like this, because that's all you want to look at is outside.
It was fucking, and it rained every night. It was so beautiful.
There was a guy who was running for president there, and I had a free shirt from him, but then I found he was just a banker. He was just part of the evil elite, and so I threw it out. It got all dirty.
There
I
you
threw
go.
it out in this yard. Wow. Oh, that's slow-mo. You got a slow-mo one. Good. Wow.
I already thought he was the only one that thought of.
I mean, I got a better
slow
one.
motion.
I got a better one.
You do. I'm sure
that guy's
I do.
cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And
Maybe I'll get a
I also
hummingbird
remember she had a
tattoo.
compost heap that I'm always
She did?
jealous.
That's a great photo.
That's the outside one.
God, that is great lighting. You look high, but you're not.
Nah. We did find some good weed, but then it was like kind of psychedelic weed. It was $30 for 30 grams.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
every
morning coffee?
every morning we just go out there, drink our coffee, and then be like, eventually let's get our day started and let's go on a hike. How many nights were we there for?
I don't
Maybe
remember.
4 nights in
Yeah.
Mindo?
I think so. Maybe
And
3.
Our brunt of our trip was there.
Yeah.
What?
Most of our trip
Was there? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Bandit.
Bandit fucking rules.
Ah, I think the horse is coming up.
So that's okay. So
Oh.
wait, so this is the path to get to the horse area, and we had just already gone through the gate. I mean, where is he?
I don't know. It was still a mystery to me. I really did feel like we closed the gate. I almost felt like he
horse-
knows how to unlatch it.
That's
Yeah.
probable because she really didn't care as a horse guide. I was like, yeah, he'll do that. Was there anything? Was there anything you guys wanted to do that you didn't? Do you remember?
No.
Because I didn't know. I was really bad about this trip. I didn't really do any research on Ecuador to tell you.
So that means it was all gold. That's the
Right,
lady.
there she
That's
is.
her
there she
house.
is.
She's like,
And I
I
think
killed
slept
6
with
million
her.
Jews. I think.
Six-
I
So-
was a baby, but we killed many Jews. They
I
look
left when
like
it was
you.
5.75.
I was like, I'm out. This is too many.
She's like, this is getting to be a little much. I just thought it was going to be a million.
And we were
That's a good
smoking
one.
cigars.
Boy, I take a great photo,
You
don't
do, yeah. At Jolis Photography on Instagram.
I? Yeah, that's right. I
one of
should
the
go
best.
post
One of
some
the
these.
best follows in all of stand up.
Thank you. All old school.
Just photos. Just
Yeah,
fun
we hiked
photos.
around the
Hiked around there.
just the what do you call
God
that?
damn.
Smoked by the
Joe.
horse.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Oh.
There's the house.
There's a house. Maybe it wasn't an A-frame.
It's pretty A-framey, sort of. It's got a roof.
Yeah.
I'll
know
A-frame
what
you
that
out of this
frame is.
video.
Nice. Ugh.
Yeah, what a trip.
That's our
Oh, those
outfits.
fucking
Those were our
Stupid
hiking
boot trip.
outfits.
The boots.
I was mad. That looked like
Minjoy.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it looks exactly like Jurassic Park.
Oh, we
There's
got the
another.
rafting shit. So that's what we rafted on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That level of rapids. I mean, listen. If you're on a boat, okay. On a raft, not as great. Wow.
There it is.
There
Oh
it
no,
is.
we didn't take that one though. We took the foursome. That's
Yeah.
like a twofer, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
do
we were
that.
in a gate.
There it
That.
is. With the little grate
Oh.
on the bottom.
Huh?
Oh, that's
Sarah's
a video.
holding an early diarrhea.
I don't know, guys. What's that?
Are you guys holding hands?
He's like, no, we're good.
And we're just
There it is.
Yeah, and it is high, and it's rickety, and it's just like, what are the safety protocols in here? The what?
Right.
That's a rule. That rules.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they have a little rug in the middle of it. Go back. Go back.
Yeah, so you can't fucking
you
look
can't-
straight down. They're like,
They
there you
just put a
go, we
little
covered
throw
it.
rug.
All good.
Oh my god, this is one of the favorite trips of all time. I gotta say, thank you guys for coming.
Oh, thank you for having us. Are you kidding?
It was the most perfect time. Like what we weren't
Nothing
doing
else
the
was going
road.
on.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I guess people were scared, but I actually felt like this is actually the safest time to go
That
traveling.
fucking thing.
It's so insane.
So,
We're just
yeah.
going off into space.
And then there's another little
That was
thing
the
there.
shorter
I think,
one.
yeah. So we had already gone through a big one.
Yeah.
And then we transferred over.
Yeah. I took
Oh,
less
you
photos of the big one
transferred.
because I was shitting my
Yeah, we had
pants.
a transfer. And then we walked down, I'm assuming. There
Yeah.
were car pickup places. Whoop,
Sarah's
that's
hurting there.
Holding in a dia.
I was like, whew, okay. Whew.
I assume this is a video of a little waterfall.
It's just brown shit coming down.
I mean, right there, that's nice to have those shoes.
Oh, I was really into the walking stick.
Didn't you put it in your pussy at one point?
I did.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
did.
yeah, I
and
kinda
it
remember
was
that. I
it
remember
was
Just
painful
vaguely.
at first, but then I got used to it.
In front of everyone. You were
Yeah,
like, guys,
I
watch
did.
this.
Yeah.
And then you
New
suck the end
trick.
of it. To
Yeah, you were
moisten
like,
it.
it really shows you stick-to-itiveness will help your experience.
You guys did not see that one coming.
No, you really shocked us.
Wow.
Well, by the way, we're only standing in the water because we had the boots.
Right,
So
we
we're
just
like, I guess
wouldn't
we
have.
should go stand in the water.
Right.
That is such a cool pic. That's our album cover. I mean, maybe we'll do that at the cover of the fucking...
Bandit looks emaciated.
Bandit always
Bandit
does.
worked out.
She'll never give up. She'll never, like, actually stop. She'll just be like, I'm going as long as you guys are going.
Yeah, this is dynamite. I could have done more hiking.
Yeah. Yeah, we
But-
did a couple days of hiking. I mean, we were going to go on a little hike the last day, but instead we went on a tour of gas
Yeah, I
stations.
kind of regret. I also regret the bird watching, even though we did have some funny.
Well, that was
We
mostly
could've
because I
done-
was sick, though. It would have been fine.
Because we were talking about what did we want to do, and I think I pushed for the bird.
I like the bird watching. In
did?
hindsight, like all these memories, even the horse getting out, I was like, oh, that was terrible. But the memory, like you said,
Yeah,
was
it's
so good.
fun.
It was a cool footbridge.
It's also like, how often do you get to wrangle a
Oh,
horse?
that's where Sarah
Two
shit.
cans.
That was my.
Oh,
my
yeah, that was your shit.
bathroom.
Go back. Wow.
Zoom in.
I mean, that is not an ideal
And-
toilet.
But that's one of the better ones.
I don't even think it flushed.
And that's not a door. There's no door there. Or maybe there's a door.
I think there's a door. I
There's
don't
a
think I
door.
would just diarrhea with an open door.
I did. Look at that fucking thing.
Wow, that's where we're headed.
That's where we had come from or we're headed.
Yeah, it was on my list of stuff to do, the Mindo Cloud Force. I'm like, I got to find the right time. It's like, oh, cool, you guys are coming. It'll make us go back to Quito, and then we'll go from there. God, this fucking trip ruled.
Was that exercise equipment? Or they're like seesaws?
I think it's
That might be a school.
I think it's a school.
Oh, okay.
I mean, do any of this?
That's
Yep.
our dog.
Friendly
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
Friendly dog.
I was
till he gets
really
what he
into the
wants.
dog, and then he was
He's so
later,
cute.
bro.
He's so cute.
Sarah's inside doing a show.
No, but you can see me in the reflection,
There's
what I
you
did.
doing a show.
and I'm
Oh,
just,
that's the reflection. I thought you were inside for some reason.
I look sad.
This is a video of something. Hopefully not us fucking.
Slowly
Me
comes
with
up. Oh,
the
those are
walking
videos.
stick up my pussy.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I videoed it.
As you're leaving through new ones, I like to ask people these questions. Where is
Oh, the
on your
food was
list? Same shirt of places to go. Is there any place you like are looking to? That's the
There's the
bird we
bird.
nursed back. It hit the wall. We had to put it in a box. We looked up how do you nurse them back.
Yes,
But I don't
it'll
even
freak
remember
out.
that.
So you put it in a box where it's dark and confined until it regains, because otherwise it'll fly out and smash itself
my
again.
OnlyFans.
That's right before you fucked your pussy with
I did.
Bandit's tail.
Yeah, I was really into fucking my pussy.
You did so much pussy fucking.
I did.
I need to eat. I am on an empty stomach. Just smoked a cigar. I'm gonna throw up.
Right now.
Not throw up, but I'm shaky.
Yeah, I got some Ecuadorian chocolate from 5 years
Here's
ago.
my. Oh, that was the
That's the
restaurant,
hut.
not my dump.
That's
Well,
what
I
he
don't
said.
even know what shirt that. Oh, I know it. That's probably like a
So
sheath.
you look great here.
That's my usual.
Nice coffee. Look at that, the river behind us.
Yeah, it's like a drop. Oh, poor Sarah.
Wow.
I don't know
Look
that
at
shirt, Sarah. I think you
No,
might
I
have
know
left
what
that.
shirt it is. It's
What?
there's our.
Oh,
arepas.
that's the arepa.
God, it was so fucking good. It doesn't look.
It does not
looked
look
like,
good.
It looks
That
like
looks-
cheese and bread.
Uh-huh. That looks like something much just your bachelor friend would make.
But they had plantains and avocado
Papa
and black beans.
Do you remember the avocados?
No.
Massive, and the seed was like that
Oh
big.
yeah.
Oh, there's your
my
cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
Highlight.
Oh yeah, this is like a little bodega. Oh, there's the horse.
There's the
The
horse.
horse.
And we're chasing it. We got
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Bandit looking
Bandit's
at it.
like, I think
we
they're-
had, like, let's get the car. It's too far. Where the fuck is it? Then we got out of the car. The horse is just like, we're going on an adventure.
This is us chasing the horse back.
We're like, come on, man, please.
That's me with a cigarette.
That must have been
Cigars, of course.
post horse.
Post
Yeah, those
horse.
are celebratory, and then this is I'm dying.
There's
here.
our hiking boots.
Yeah, there's our regular boots that she thought weren't going to be efficient.
Slow.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's us all looking at trying to find the thing. Cool.
Ah. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that lady. So then we left the lady. We're like, all right, we're going home. She goes, what? We still have 2 hours. You paid for 2 more hours. We're like, I know, but we're not
Yeah.
going to do it.
We saw the toucan.
And she was like, well, I'm going to stay out here and look at birds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
you
just
do whatever you
we
wanna
would
do,
see
lady.
her in the background just looking at birds.
Yeah, we're like, how you doing? We're
It was
packed
kinda-
up. Because we got like a late checkout. Like, let's do something early in the morning, and then we can like use that day. Wow.
Laser beam eyes.
Yeah.
All right,
Guys
we
got
saw
food?
these
You
Oh,
got
ones.
that
food?
must obviously morning.
Yeah. There's the horse back in his pen. Yeah. Show me that picture. Show me the video of the horse. Maybe I'll put it in the middle, or maybe put it at the end.
Yeah, I put it to like dance music.
Oh, that's great.
It's fucking hilarious, but it was probably a week later. This
Burger
Burger King.
King.
Woo, my beacon.
Yeah. And this is what, back in Quito?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's the restaurant. That's
look
cool.
big.
Oh wait.
That's Oh, Singing in the Rain.
Wow.
Cantando Baja la Lluvia.
The Juvia. Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
So many. Oh my God. Hold on for a second.
That's
Isn't that
crazy.
like
That's
that
Sarah's
is-
leg, by the way. She didn't
That
shave
is
the whole time.
not-
Sarah, that's disgusting.
But it can't get that
Get
way.
out. Get out.
It's on its way there.
As we look through these, I'll keep telling you to stop. Where is on your? Yes, that hotel.
Yeah,
really,
this
that
was
hotel was
nice.
great.
Once I figured out this one, I stayed there so many times. We'd leave our car there. They'd be like, "We got a little garage. You can leave it here if you come back." Like we went to the Amazon, then came back to our car.
I liked it was like different levels and the furniture was cool. And
Uh
This
huh.
is
They had the
incredible.
breakfast in the morning.
It's entirely possible we're gonna.
This must be
Come
on the way to
fun
the
in it.
airport because that was pretty cool.
There's the A-frame.
There's our. That's yeah.
I look kind of jacked there.
You do. Look shredded. And this is
Oh,
going-
this is the compilation video.
of all the stuff.
Yeah, this is the whole trip.
Wow.
This is like 4 minutes long. Maybe we could just play this. And where I want to go is the Far East. I always say that. I want to go to Japan and Vietnam and stuff. I don't know when we're going to be able to do that now with a baby.
Okay. I did see when I was in Vietnam. I was at the Coochie tunnels. No joke. And there was a family there. There was two like 7 and 9 year olds, and they took their kids.
Yeah, you can bring your kids.
Yeah, they didn't quite
places.
appreciate that this is where the Vietnamese like fucking killed a bunch of soldiers, but they were like,
Right.
"There's
There's
fun
no
cat."
Legoland for that.
There's no Lego.
And then South America. I'd
Wow.
like to go to Bolivia and Argentina.
That was the armrest.
What?
Oh, I don't remember
Hands
these.
not on the armrest.
like this.
Look at those
Okay.
ups.
I'm trying to think where in South America I would go. I wouldn't mind Paraguay or Uruguay because it's not like you ever meet anyone that's from there.
I really want to go to
But
Uruguay.
I think I
Bandit would
wanna-
make so many friends.
I would do Argentina or
This is on the way to
what's-
the house. Oh,
What's
yeah.
the Patagonia place?
That's
Where's that?
Argentina.
Argentina.
Yeah,
But I
I
think
would
it also
do
hits
that.
Chile. I think
Yeah.
Patagonia is a whole region
I
of
wanna go
both.
to that, and then this and
Falkland Islands. What, Antarctica?
yeah, Antarctica.
I was
Twins.
scared. I was scared to touch it. to be
Anti-Semitic.
honest. You can't touch my nose. You're the one with the nose. Look, Bandit making a friend.
We're holding hands.
The whole trip was very, very fun until the end, and that was a lasting memory.
But even that, diarrhea is funny.
Yeah, you look back and you're like,
Of
oh,
all
it's
the
fun.
sicknesses, that's the funniest one.
The fun thing about travel is the moments of like real distress become stuff you remember fondly.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Well, things going right aren't good stories. That's what I have with Tuesdays with
No.
Stories is like it's hard now because you're like, yeah, I flew there and stayed in a
Yeah,
really
flew
nice
private,
hotel and
yeah.
it was sold out and the show was great and I came home with a bunch of money.
Maybe I should take over. I just did a veiled trip that took forever to get to.
So you want to go to Patagonia, you want to go there. Okay.
Well, no, actually, I think I want to go to the Patagonia.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, any hiking. Also Jasper. We wanted to go. We almost went on our honeymoon to Jasper,
Wyoming?
National Park. No, it's
Banff
in Canada.
Kinda area.
Oh,
The
interesting.
western.
Up in.
I've been to Banff and it is gorgeous.
What's this one?
We're singing some stupid song. We're probably singing "Nobody Loves Love Like a Lover Loves Love" or something like that.
That's
There's
scat. Wow.
That's us chasing the horse.
He's like, we're like, please
He's
stop.
galloping.
Please. Just stop.
Go.
You're trying to wave
You're
it in.
like, go.
Come on. No.
Where are you going?
And there's
And,
birdwatcher lady. She was so. I love someone passionate about their stuff.
Yes.
Right.
We got the right one. I went to 2 different tours of the Komodo dragons, and one guy was so into it, and then the next guy's like, come on, let's go. Next, move.
This is fun.
Yeah. Took our shoes off, stepped in the water.
I'm always grateful for a place that's kind of off the grid, so at least not 100% of the photos are me looking at my phone.
Yeah, there was no real connection there, right?
Yeah.
And again, there was no show business happening.
Those coils. You have those coils to keep mosquitoes away, which did not work. There was what? No showbiz happening.
Yeah, it
So you
wasn't
didn't feel
like-
like you were missing out.
Yeah.
Can we stop for a second and just say, like, go keep it going, but like,
this is
how
a video.
amazing it was to have no responsibility for a bit.
Well, I just had this. Sarah was in
Yeah.
Vail for
When-
that festival,
Yeah.
and for 5 days, I had a completely clear schedule, and I just had my son. I was like, "Oh, this is the way I should be living." I'm just like hanging out with a boy.
With like weird, like mysterious funds coming in.
Yeah, and then he would
If
go
you
to,
could just be rich with no obligations.
and then no, I gotta stop scrolling here,
Why? This is where the naked stuff comes?
possibly.
There's me and Louie and you.
Yeah, that's us. That was my first special. I love that photo.
I remember posting this for your special
Yeah.
and getting like, hey, careful.
Yeah. It was like it was still like, hey, I don't know if we can
From
post this.
management.
From everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Oh, I just want to post a picture. I was at the special taping. Can I just post about it?
Right. You're also like, well, it's also a friend.
Yeah, it's our buddy.
No, I had that when I first I did a gig at Soul Joel's during COVID, and my manager called me and was like, just a heads up, I don't know if you want to do this. Louis hasn't done a show. It's going to get a lot of heat. You're going to bring on heat. And I was like, I'm doing a gig in Pennsylvania with my friend.
At an
And then, by the way,
outdoor-
0 people cared. Not a single person cared. But it shows you that mindset of people being like, would you just be careful? I'm like, that's my buddy.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And they go, no.
Right.
But-
There was a story I heard, don't know if it's true or not, but I think it is, of them thinking of doing Pootie Tang again, and then going to Chris Rock and going, we can do Pootie Tang. He goes, I will do it on, of course, Louis will be doing it. And there's a time where people are like, I don't know if we can work with them. And he goes, I'll do it if Louis does it. And they go, sure, love it. And then coming back, like, we looked at the contract. We actually don't need to include Louis on this. We actually are not legally obligated to do that. And Chris Rock's like, fuckface. I just said I'm only doing it with Louis. It's not because
Right.
of the contract. It's because he made the movie.
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah. It's another one you look back on. You're like, who cares?
We have to go alleviate.
Yeah.
But man, this was fun.
Last thing, travel tips. I got one. I'll start. If someone tells you to boil water, boil the water.
Boil the water.
Yeah, it's hard to remember. I feel like I was just on the show and gave a travel tip. So I
On what show? On this? Was you got another one?
on your show.
My pet peeve is when somebody shows up on a travel with the worst shoes ever. Like
Bring
if you're
good
going hike,
shoes.
like sometimes
Bring
people
good
will show up
shoes.
at sandals and you're like, you can't walk in fucking
I like how you turn this into a
sandals.
pet peeve. Travel tip is
Right.
like, well, my pet peeve is this. Like, we're
Well,
not doing
no, I think about my plantar fasciitis was so bad from those galoshes to hike in that.
galoshes. You
They
never
were
use that word anymore.
The worst. I would wear sneakers as much as I could and get them dirty.
Comfortable
I don't give a
shoes.
share.
Yeah,
I
get new
think
ones.
my travel tip is a good travel partner. You got to make sure you know the person, who they are, what
Can
they're
you be in an
into.
apocalypse with them?
Yeah, and they're not cynical and shitty and I saw this. I don't like this.
I don't
this
wanna
is
do it.
gay. Yeah, you got to get someone.
Well, with that in
also,
mind-
you want someone that doesn't feel like they need to do the dishes before you leave for the day. I'm not going to name names. That was the three of us and one other person.
Oh.
It's like, let me just knock out all of these dishes.
Wait, can we,
We also forgot we went flea market shopping.
where?
We did?
In Quito?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, we did. I think you bought a few items. Oh, you bought an arepa press or a tortilla
I know that place.
press.
It was like a wood and everything's. Yeah, I know that place.
I don't know where
I
we
think
did
it's one in
it.
Cuenca. There's a lot of markets there, and
Yeah.
they're pretty cheap, and they go from anywhere from like things like that, like an engraved, like not engraved, but like a fire,
Yeah, Flint.
or just like usable like patacone press.
Yeah.
I also think this is my
Oh,
other
that's
trouble
what it
tip.
was. It was for to make the
Plantanas,
plantana chips.
I also think don't over research. Too many people do too much research, and then they're like,
Keep it loose.
I don't
but
want to
tight.
see 100 photos of where I'm going to.
Right.
I'm like, then I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, you showed me that
I
photo.
saw that
you saw
already.
that photo.
Yeah.
I like to go, let's just leave and start fucking walking.
We were amazed by the look of the toucan. We weren't like, yep, that's the one I came for.
Right. Because everything, that's what's so great about foreign travel. It's what I love about it, is everything is interesting. Street sign, bushes. It's like when you walk around Manhattan, people
Yeah.
are taking photos of mailboxes.
Even
You're
that
like,
picture
oh.
of the crossing the road, the go, where
Yeah.
the guy's moving.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
took a picture of that because it's like, that's different than my country.
Right. It's great. And I try to sometimes bring that mindset into track. I feel this all the time. Like, you drive the Merritt Parkway in Connecticut to go to Boston. I'm like, if we were in South America, I'd be like, oh my God, there's trees.
Yeah.
So you try to bring that into where you live.
Yeah. Well, I will say in terms of the tip of like go with people you enjoyed. I really enjoyed you guys coming. It made it
was really
it was
fun.
such a fun time.
Well, we'll do it in the summer in England.
Yeah, 100%.
And
We'll
then
go to
maybe you can
Wales.
take us to some places. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Wales. We got to come back on and talk about Wales because that was the
Go
best
Wales watching.
trip, folks.
Okay.
Our Wales trip, because I had been to Peru with
Yeah.
my ex-girlfriend, I was like, Sarah, we got to do a trip that beats, because as it stands now, the best trip of my life was with my ex-girlfriend. So we went to Wales, and it did beat Peru. It was the fucking greatest.
Yeah.
And we hiked all day, every day.
Oh, that's great.
I love a trip that's like, we are here to hike.
hiking
everything
trips
else
are
is
the best.
stupid.
There's something I've always fallen into too of like, oh, where should I eat? Where's the best place to eat? And it's like, I have to tell myself, like, I live in New York City. No food, unless you're in Paris, something like that. No food in this town is going to be equal to an average restaurant here. So just get some food and go.
Yeah.
Right.
know,
Well, that's why I
spaghetti,
like that.
cheeseburger.
It was this friends, the games, and the arepas by the water.
And it was delicious and,
Yeah.
and awesome.
Still to this day is one of my favorite meals ever I've
Yeah.
ever had. Yeah.
And
Right.
and that's something that, like, if we read about in a blog, then other people are now trying to do that.
Right. It would
thing.
be the hot spot, but you're like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. You can't recreate it.
And bring a deck of cards.
Bring a deck of cards.
I appreciate you guys embracing scat, which is my favorite pastime.
We got way into it.
Oh, it's so
It
fun.
was
That's
a fun
fun.
game.
I've told this story. Sarah said this. Tom Dustin and I, years ago, we stayed at my grandparents' house, which was like in Maine. It was like, it's a caboose. It's like 3 feet wide and 4 feet long. And we just drank rum and cokes and played one-on-one scat for 4 hours straight. And it's one of my favorite memories. Because I was also pre-phone. There was no, now everyone looks
Right,
at
just
TikTok.
fill your
whatever.
time.
Right. That's why I like the trips where you are off the grid. When we go to, there's
Oh,
no,
yeah.
the internet sucks
Where's
there.
that? The campgrounds?
it out there.
Oh yeah, Shenandoah National Park
Yeah.
is probably.
I said it
easy.
one time, and one guy emailed me and was like, dude, don't say the town. People, like, nobody's here. It's fucking awesome.
They listen for us saying bleep that,
Okay.
the editors, so they will.
Okay, great.
Okay, great.
Yeah, there's one. I was like, I went to, I'd see Dolly Parton, and the people came up to me like, "Thank you for coming to this town." It was in the middle of Mississippi, and they go, "Hey, dude, I hope you enjoy it. Please don't tell. We don't want a bunch of tourists coming."
Right, right.
Well,
Okay,
it
loud and clear.
sucks. Remember when we went to Zion and we were so naive about showing up to hiking that you had to book? You should show up early. Everywhere now you have to book.
Yeah.
And it was 20 million people on a hiking trail, and we had to wait in line to go around bends of the hike. I cannot. I know
pushy
that you're supposed to be
Chinese.
taking it in, but I also want to go at my own pace. Also, I don't want to worry about somebody on my ass the whole
Yeah, like,
time.
move, you want like you move faster. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I'm just going too slow.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, it was. I didn't really. I liked where we stayed, but the hiking situation, I was like, this is awful.
That house also ruled.
That was actually the best Airbnb of
Yeah.
all time.
You know the story of that guy. So there's an Airbnb in actual Zion National Park,
Which
They
he said was
filmed-
the only one in there.
Yeah, there might be more now, but it was in Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. It had been used for something interesting, and I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, we're coming." I was like, "Oh, that's way too much," and he's like, "What are you coming for?" He goes, "It's me and like 4 friends. There's like 8 rooms here.
Right,
It's me
we
and like
can't.
4 friends. We're just like comics. We're just going to relax." He goes, "Oh, you're like performers. You're like we made this for you."
Yeah, yeah.
He goes, "I'll give you half price. You got to come if you want to relax and get away from all the. This is why we made it."
And there was cave paintings, which was insane.
Oh, the cave paintings were so cool.
Yeah, we've been to some cool spots.
Cave paintings are so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Actual cave paintings.
To know that you were in a spot where a man was there, like, I don't know,
Pre-white.
10,000s of years ago.
And think of the that must have happened.
All over. That's what caves are for.
All right, boys. Thank you very much.
That's a girl.
One more time.
She's a girl.
I laid in. What?
Yeah. Girl, no dick.
Yeah. Well, it's like
Sorry.
it's in España. You combine.
Oh, I wish she had a dick. That'd be so cool.
I laid this in earlier, but one more time. Sarah's got a special.
Two.
Full.
2 on YouTube.
I'm just thinking of the new one. What are they?
Butthole Money and Voluptuous Boy.
Butthole Money and Voluptuous Boy.
Yeah.
That's great.
And-
Check them out. Which one's the last one?
Butthole Money.
Butthole Money.
I have 4 now. I Hate Myself, This Year's Material, Enough for Everybody, and Small Ball, which
Now
is the
the new
newest
one, Small Ball. It's been out for about a month.
Yes.
Check that out. Both these guys are fucking hilarious comics. Both of them are coming on my storytelling show.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
God, that
both
was
you guys
fun.
crushed.
That was special. That was a special night of my life. Mainly because Sarah and I didn't interact. I left
we
and
were
she
nights
came.
in
Yeah.
ships in a night.
Handoff.
That was a really fun night. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited for everybody to see it. All right, everybody. Until next week. Hasta mañana. Hasta luego. Well, that's the episode, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I got my new passport. I'm about to set it to some use. But before I do, I want to show you what I'm going to do with one of these You Be Trippin stickers. Yeah, they're clear designs. Abracadabra, the guy who made the Shroomfest shirts, every year for the Shroomfest shirts, if you have one. I once saw one on the way to, actually, Valley Vibes. Bonnaroo got canceled for rain, and I was like, fuck. And I was taking my RV, driving to Valley Vibes with Leon, which is the designer of the shirt. Some guy saw me, pulled up, and goes, look, he's wearing the Shroomfest shirt that Leon designed. He goes, you want a joint? And some mushrooms. I said, yes for the joint, but for the mushrooms, for sure, yes. And he gave us some mushrooms, and we did it. A guy in a Shroomfest shirt. It was wild. It was fucking wild. Hold on. Thank you very much, Sarah Tollemache and Joe List, for coming on today's episode. And honestly, thank you for being the only ones of my friends that came to visit me during the 6 months that I was in Ecuador. 6 fucking months. And all these friends, Shane was like, I'll come to see you when you go to the beach. Came to the beach. He was too busy becoming one of the top 5 comics in the world. Lame. All these other people said, I'll go visit you when you're in Quito. Did not. Lame. Okay, if you think these stickers are not, you can also put it on your water bottle, the way I did here. Don't forget to see Joe List's special Small Ball and Sarah Tolemache's special Butthole Money. that are available on YouTube right now. It is the best time in the world for stand-up comedians. We have ability. There it is. Clear, guys, clear. I found a clear page on here. And now I shall put it on. Let's see here. Let's get one shot at this. I did it upside down by accident. That's there forever now. It's there forever upside down. Isn't that cool? It's like a passport stamp. Isn't that fucking cool? So as you're flipping through, as you get these, whatever, all your passport stamps, you have one right there in your passport. You be tripping. It looks like a fucking passport stamp. Go see Joe List on the road as well. I don't think Sarah is, unless she's opening for Joe, or she needs to update her website. But Joe's on the road. Woodstock, New York, Morris Plains, New Jersey, Portland, Maine, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Burlington, Vermont, Northampton, Massachusetts, Woodstock, New York, Morris Plains, New Jersey, Denver, Colorado. Get tickets at comedianjoelist.com. I am one final gig, Charlestown, West Virginia, July 12th. Get tickets at arishafir.com. Guys, please subscribe wherever you're listening. I hope you're enjoying this podcast. I want you to subscribe and click that little bell thing to let you know that, overall, it should remind you, new episodes. Even the episodes of people you don't know are good. Get your fucking Shroomfest shirt, too. Ooh, I'm excited for that. Wait, what note did I put in here for... Guys, this is the last, probably, or second to last intro, outro. By the way, the hummingbird video, that was mine. Joe List's one sucked compared to mine. Yeah, my hummingbird video. I set up the fucking clamps that this thing is on right now, right outside the hummingbird, on slow motion all day. What good shots. Yeah, sure, Joe List Photography is a good follow on Instagram, but you know what? I made the best hummingbird video. I can't get over what a good time that was. Smoking those cigars on that balcony at the place in Mindo. What's her name? Dominique. So because it's one of the last ones I'll do from here, from intro, outros, I want to go over with you guys the stuff that's in this shot, hosted by Dominique. For sure, stay there and tell her I sent you. What do you say? Come on a trip with me with all my travel souvenirs. I think I've said everything I got to say. Shroomfest shirts, pre-sale starts right now, and plus with possibly limited run colors that are only available. Let's start from here. First of all, this Diablo Uma mask is endemic to Ecuador. Let's start with that. That's where the shirt's from. It's part of a ceremony. They take them and they, I guess I'll just put it on actually. The front has, and the back both have eyelids, so you can ward off evil spirits. I've worn this many times. They do these in their indigenous ceremonies sometimes, here at the back, so evil spirits can't sneak up on you. Also, this should be used for those goddamn fucking shitty birds in Australia. Which ones are those? The ones that fucking swoop? The swooping ones? They're really pretty, black and white. This one's from the Chiapas/Guatemala region. I got it in Guatemala. I like to get a mask in every place I go. It's a very white thing to do. From Tobago, island Tobago, outside Trinidad, where I was for Carnival on my birthday a couple years ago. Go the maroon. It's state of origin. It's state of origin. It's like a North versus South rugby match. In Australia, they have every year. It's a 3-game series. Mate versus mate. State versus state. Look it up. I don't know. How much should I go into with you? That's from it's a bag from something I bought in the Galapagos on Isabella Island. This is some fucking postcards from fans. A hat I bought in Cuba where I was with Bobby Kelly. A fucking beret I got in France. Paris, where I was taking a writing class from Rolf Potts, who wrote this book, Souvenir. It's more of a coffee table book. And this book, The Vagabond's Way, it is one thing a day, 365 days a year, just like travel, meditations on travel. Just like, it's a fucking great read. Actually, I got to bring this with me. I got to bring that with me. A conch shell from Dominican Republic. Bro,
Sure, I paid too much. I paid $10 for a fucking salad. But this guy took whatever was living in here out with a fork while I was on the beach in Boca Chica, which they said was a disgusting beach. But compared to fucking Rockaway, are you out of your mind? It's one of the cleanest beaches I've ever been to. Beautiful. Pulled it right out of that, put some salt and pepper on it, ate it right up. It did me right. Oh, yeah. I should burn some of this. It's got to be from Ecuador, right? Puerto Lopez. Oh, yeah. In the Manabi region. It's Palo Santo. They burn fucking a bunch of these to call everybody in to show you that there's more for sale. It's extremely cheap, but it just makes a delicious smell. I didn't know it was from Manabi. Manabi, oh yeah, it says Ecuador right there. The Manabi region is where they have ceviches, all different kinds of ceviches all over Latin America. Peruvian ceviche is different than Ecuadorian for sure. One's more watery. But the Manabi region of Ecuador puts peanut butter in their ceviche, and I know what you're thinking, but they all do it, and it is amazing. And if it wasn't amazing, they wouldn't all do it. Lighter from Slovenia. Let's see if it works. It does. It does. And then this from Myanmar. I got this from a woman who helped me find a temple to go on to in this temple town in western, I think, Myanmar, midwestern Myanmar. And me and these Canadian chicks, she ran us out to go watch the sunset. And then she was like, I actually sell stuff, but she wasn't hawking. She let us enjoy the sunset for like an hour. And then I was like, lady, I'm for sure going to get you something. So it's a pipe that I've never smoked out of. But I just think it's beautiful. And she made it. She carved it and all. God, that brings me back. What a fucking cool place. What a cool fucking place. We got a, look at this. My buddy Ethan gave me this. I gave him something. He gave me this from Guatemala, Australian guy. Episode coming on that. Thank you, Ethan. I still have it. I lost it. I didn't realize it was under this jewelry box I got in either Shanghai or Beijing, China. Is anything in here? Yes. It's broken. What do we got in here? Okay, a Thailand that I never used. Oh, wow, lots of shit. Notebook. Churrascaria Plataforma that we used to do a male comedian's dinner. Lewis, that was a great idea. We should definitely do that again. That's about it. That's all you got to know. The fucking craftsmanship on this. I mean, not falling apart, so maybe not. But I did get it in China, and I brought it back. That was my first trip. That was my first long trip. My agent sent me out there. My travel journal, which I suggest everybody does when you're traveling. Get a journal, fill it up, and it will remind you, oh, wow, this is fucking loose, of things and places that you forgot. Every morning, those same Canadian chicks, one of them was journaling in the morning. I go, what are you doing? She goes, I journal every day. I was like, oh, really? And I started doing it. I missed like the first week or so. But it was in that temple town that I won't say. I don't like to say out loud because I don't want to ruin it. 3/12, March 12th. Tio picked me up and I followed him to Muhammad's shop. Then he got a board. Oh. I asked Tio why he wasn't teaching me because he had to go buy wood. I took surf lessons in Indonesia on Flores Island. He hooked me up with weed. Oh, here it is, actually. I asked him to get me some, and he said for $500K, which is $40. I didn't want nearly that much, just enough for 2 to 3 joints. I offered him $300K, and I said, get me that much. He needed $500 because he didn't have enough for all he was going to buy yet. I didn't know how, but he talked me into it. Going to an ATM to get another $200K. I'd get the weed later. I did get the weed. It was some of the shittiest weed I ever had, and I smoked it on a hilltop with 3 people from
4 people from Seattle while the wind fucking ripped through this campfire. Oh, what a fucking fun night. What a fun fucking night. And then we saw the people like breaking into our bikes. We had to get down. God. Let's see if I start early on. The poverty in Yangon, especially in the outskirts, is astounding. Crazy first sentence. This is for my bus. Wow. To where I was going. I'm getting weed withdrawal dreams. It's been about 7 days. I don't know if I should take a gummy today for that city. I must have had a couple gummies. Or save it. I guess I have 2 to 3 doses left. I took gummies in? Wild, Ari. Are you nuts? Legit, are you nuts? I would never advise anyone to take gummies into Myanmar, a fucking country run by the military. I don't even have a desire for it, actually. The plan was to take it on this day, but I was thinking, wow. My dreams have moved from, oh my God. Myanmar. What's dating life like? Oh, that's right. I interviewed somebody. Inlay. The morning oh my God. Woke up feeling 122.17. 122.17. Weird customs in Myanmar. You got on a shared van. When you get on a shared van, why can't I understand why you wouldn't want to tie a small black trash bag to the back of the seat in front of you? It's for barfing. I didn't realize till later. I know that now. Wow, I mean, I got to go through this. But what a journal will do for you is help you fucking remember your thoughts. And when I'm going over stories of stuff that happens, I'll refer to that. And it'll, like, bring me back and tell me about people that were there. Like Tio, like that fucking surf instructor who hooked me up with the weed guy and how much it was. I wouldn't have known how much it was. There's a hat I got in a market in between 2 cities in Myanmar, Inlay Lake, and something. We stopped at a market in a town we really should not have stopped in. We weren't allowed to stop in. My friend Derek did, who took that crazy Chinlone picture, Chinlone ball. Yeah, we all stopped there, and he shut down the market. A white guy in Myanmar, they were like, what the fuck? That's crazy. It's like someone who's 8'2". I need to ship this back. When I shipped it back, because I couldn't carry it around, it's kind of hard. Chinlone ball. Watch it. It's like they play like volleyball with their feet, and they get like 1 foot above the net. It's nutty. I ship it back. I took it to Thailand, shipped it back in Thailand. They're like, you want it back in a week? I'm like, no. They're like, well, that's going to cost you $600. I'm like, I don't. They're like, how about a month? I'm like, what do you got slower? They got, we got like 3 months. Goes in the back of a snail. And I was like, yeah, that's perfect, because it'll still beat me home. By the way, the P.O. box is shut down. Please no longer send anything there. From Ecuador, that my Super Mario got me back from Ecuador. He when I met him, I was like, ¿De dónde eres? And he was like, Ecuador. I'm like, oh, viven in Ecuador. I don't know how to say tense. And he goes, what? I had just gotten back. Oh, anyway, we got this hat. I think it says chillax. I'm not really sure, but it says something in Burmese. If anyone knows Burmese, tell me what this says. I think it says pretty much like chill, bro. Chillax. Anyway, I was like, I've been to Ecuador. Where are you from? He goes, it's like near Guayaquil. And I'm like, where? He goes, you wouldn't know it. And I was like, no, I was like all over. He was like, really? For how long? I was like, 6 months, bro. He's like, where are you from? He goes, La Troncal or El Troncal, I forget. I go, oh yeah, I stayed there once. He was like, what? What do you mean? I go, I'm not going to stay in Guayaquil. It's a fucking hellscape. Before the fucking gangs took over. What is this? Yankees? No, this is from my World Series 2024. My World Series. I went with me, Cannon, and Renazizi. Also, Ecuador has some of the best chocolates in the world. All Swiss chocolate goes to Ecuador for their coffee beans, and Picari is one of their brands, and it's delicioso. If it wasn't Wednesday when I'm recording this, I could eat it.
Trippy Award from Colin Terrell. Biggest piece of shit, stiffing a Thai hooker. Later found out he didn't really stiff him, but I stand by it because he did go down on a Thai hooker. Where's this from? Grand Canyon or Zion? Zion. It's from Zion National Park. This is a Tanika for making coffee. I got it in Egypt. The bargaining situation for getting this is so fucking wild. Those guys murder me on. You think, oh, Jews are good at bargaining. Not when you've met a fucking shop owner from goddamn, not even Giza. Where was it? Luxor? It was crazy. I mean, they killed me. They killed me on 2 hookahs and on this thing. No, by the time I got this, my cab driver, Mehdi, I think his name was. No, Mohammed. He goes, buddy, I saw how much you paid for this. Can I just go in and buy this for you? And I'm like, no, you can pay. I'm like, no, I'm not going to pay for it. I'm just going to get it. And he goes, $2. You would have paid $100. Some chips from Greece. Not bad. This was given to me by a guest. Who's coming. He did one on New Zealand. You'll see it coming. Grinder. Ari Shaffir, fine goods. Grinder. This is pre-Columbian from Guatemala. This thing was everywhere, and I took it as the Yoga with Ari mascot while I was doing them in Ecuador. This thing, so guys, I was in the jungle. I mean, I guess a lot of this is from Ecuador. I was in the jungle, and this dude who was working at a Yankee hats, who was working at this lodge, or this hotel, the first place I got to in the Amazon. I actually picked some fucking wandering Jews and traveled all around Ecuador with them in a Gatorade bottle. I planted them where I am, in a potter. They're still alive. Shlomo the wandering Jew. He out of a can. He made this. He also did a fire dance, but he was like pretty bad at it. He was like just learning fire dance, and I could tell because I'm a performer by trade. When he was done, no one else could tell. It was hard to tell, but I could tell. I started the clap, and he was like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And he carved this ashtray out of a can. He fucking ruled, that guy. Sam Tallent's book, Running the Light, another grinder, just a different one. All of these are available at arishaffir.com. This Thailand notebook, that's the other one that I never used. Just not really. Maybe I'll bring it with me. Maybe I'll bring it with me and fill it up. It's got a elephant on there and a whatever. Yeah, maybe I'll bring it with me. I went to Thailand for the full moon party in 2014. That's where I also got this thing, a T-shirt that I will put on at some point, from the Taipei Boxing Stadium, Taipei International Muay Thai Stadium in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I went with my friend Pete. Real Muay Thai fight. It says something on the back. Before a fighter can compete, they must perform an important tradition of Muay Thai, which is the Wai Kru. Wai Kru is an ancient custom to pay the utmost respect to its parents' teachings and the sacred things that the fighters respects. It's also done for protection and victory in the competition. Wai Kru, oh yeah. So they do this dance. It's almost like it almost honors their like dojo kind of. Like if you fought for like in a jiu-jitsu competition, you were fighting for 10th Planet, you'd have a 10th Planet dance that Eddie Bravo would teach you. Wai Kru helps stimulate the mind of the fighter to discourage the opponent. The fighter perform the same form of Wai Kru. It means they are from the same headmaster. Then it is unnecessary to fight against each other. At the same time, the bond between the fighters harmoniously secures the love and the loyalty. Wow. Mr. K, that's right. Mr. K, he ran the thing. Mr. K guarantee. Telephone 08-6187-7655. Or if you want to contact Ms. Rungnapa, telephone 08-1166-9009 or 08-8266-9742. Or email rungnapa.rung.rs@gmail.com. It's a product of Thailand. If you want to go and find your own Taipei Muay Thai fight, look no further than Mr. K, putting on the best fights since before I went to Thailand. Oh, yeah, they got him in green, too. Grinders in green. Running the Light by Sam Tallent. Both covers. Excellent book. Forward by Kyle Kinane. Excellent comic. This is the hat I traded in Cuba for my Foundation Cigars hat they gave me. And I was on a beach in Bobby Kelly, and they traded. They're like, let's trade, cambio. And I was like, for real? And I was like, no, I got this hat. But it was like, oh, I just got this hat. I actually meant to leave it there. So absolutely, I will trade you a brand new hat for this one on the beach. I was like, keep it. Sweaty as shit. I got quotations from Chairman Mao. I also got in China. It's actually got some great quotes in here. Secretary of the party commitment must be good as a squad leader. Ooh, interesting. Make trouble, fail, make trouble again, fail again, till their doom. That is the logic of the imperialists and all the reactionaries the world over in dealing with the people's cause. Just because we have one victory, we must never relax our vigilance against the frenzied plots for revenge by the imperialists and their running dogs. Whoever relaxes vigilance will disarm himself politically and land himself in a passive position. That was in his address to the preparatory committee. Wow. Mao, say whatever you want about him, but he thought his shit out. It wasn't like fucking Luke Heggies, if you must know, episode coming, writer of this book. This is the father of the man who helped me in Carnival in Trinidad. He's one of the greatest leaders in Trinidadian history. He's got a sign up, a photograph up in the airport, Trinidad. And his name carries respect wherever you go. And I went to college with his son. Great basketball fan. And these, Sabo Sandy's book, some Hershey Kisses I got at the White House. I did a tour with Shane Gillis. He has friends in the CIA who hooked it up, which is nice, or something. He knows people there somehow. And that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It brought me back to Ecuador for sure. Oh, fuck. It really did. Niana was going over the episode this time, and she goes, the first time I ever thought an episode made me go, hey, I got to go visit there right now. I have got to go visit. And I would say you guys too. I would say wait, because the gangs have kind of taken over the country, which is sad. But all of Latin America goes from unvisitable to completely. El Salvador went from one of the most dangerous countries in the world a few years ago to now safer than Germany and France. And obviously the United States. It's crazy. So that's open now. Ecuador's kind of not. They're all open, but don't. Oh boy, we got to wrap this up. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. That was The Wall. Damn, I'm done. I got to give that Trippy Award to Colin. Also, nominate your own Trippy Awards for next year. If you're listening in the comments or watching on YouTube, put a comment. I nominate this for Trippy Award, Best Meal. I nominated this for Trippy Award, Best Drugs. Obviously, Carmen Lynch would be up there for ayahuasca. It's 2025, so those are 2024. So it has to be from January 2025 on. I nominated this as Best Trip. I nominated this Trippy Award, Best Pictures. What else was there? I forget. Best Trip, Best Pictures, Best Meal, Best Sex, Most Adventurous. Could be the Congo. Could definitely be the Congo from Fearless and Far. I mean, that was pretty adventurous. Best Trip, Best Guest, Most Surprising. Worst Trip, Least Adventurous. Luis Gomez got that for a villa in Jamaica. Worst Trip, Big J got that one for breaking up with his chick while he was in South Africa. That was terrible. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. Nominate your own Trippy Awards every week. I would nominate this one for Best Trip, to be honest. I would nominate this for Best Trip. I'm trying to think if there's a way to do Best Meal nomination for Joe List for drinking that tea. I'd also go maybe Best Pictures, because we had a lot of pictures in this too. Anyway, that's it, everybody. Hope you enjoy your life. Until next week. Hasta luego. Got one.